Welcome to Jan's Views, a place where I share my views and listen to yours. Whether you are here for my artwork, live streams, shorts, or just for the giggles, please be assured I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope that you will enjoy your time here on my channel. I would be eternally grateful if you would give a like to the video, consider subscribing and, dare I ask, even become a member. So without further ado, let's do this.
Good evening and welcome to Drama Friday. Drama Friday, guys. I have to admit, the time went really quickly. I was preparing a few things, as you do, and then I thought, oh, I should have something to eat. So I went and cooked myself something to eat, and I've literally just swallowed the last bite. Yeah, so sorry about that. I've only got all day to prepare for this. I want to say hi to everybody in the house. We've got we've got Mon Ami. No, we haven't. Mon Avi we have in the chat. Hi, darling. I hope you're well. We've got Edna in the house and Moosey and Xena. Right, well, I for those of you that aren't aware, I did invite Monavi and well, it's Farida. We know it's Farida, don't we? I did invite them on. So I thought that was quite a nice, yeah, quite an interesting thing to do because they've been going through a lot, guys, and it's not very nice. Whether it's Drama Friday or not, it's still not a very nice thing to do. So a bit later on, I'm going to have them on. But first, I just want to sort of talk about something else that's been occurring because there's been an awful lot occurring. Do you know, it's difficult to know what to start with, really. You know, do I start with this one? Do I start with that one? There's so much going on. But I think what I'm going to have to do is start with the breaking news. Los Angeles police are concerned for the safety of a YouTuber known as YOMAMA. He was last seen in the departure lounge at LAX International Airport, which is in Los and Las. Oh, hang on a minute, guys. Can we get somebody who can do this job properly, please? Because this idiot can't even say Los Angeles. Yeah, all right, love. We'll get someone else in. Yeah, anyway, he was last seen in the departure lounge in Los Angeles. Okay, waiting early this morning, waiting for his flight to JFK, which is in New York. New York, New York. It's not a place I ever want to go. Anyway, I'll get on with the news. Anyway, so he was last seen there, right in the departure lounge. A fellow problematic YouTuber by the name of Hussey or Sophia the Cat or Miss Hussey or Glory, Glory, Hallelujah or whatever name he can come up with in order to open up another ban evading channel. You get my drift, guys. He has tried to connect with YOMAMA, leading to concerns for YOMAMA's safety. We're all very concerned. Everyone's concerned, guys. Okay, so police have asked the general public to be vigilant and to ring the number on the screen with any sightings. Okay, so that's a bit worrying, isn't it, guys? What can I say? I could have read that a bit better, but I really am rubbish at this. So, yeah, so those of you sort of in and around the New York City area, please keep an eye out for both these gentlemen, actually. Well, one of them's a gentleman. The other one, we're not sure what species he is, but he's a bit sort of scary anyway. So, yeah, that's the end of the news bulletin, guys. So there we are. Hang on, let's turn that music up. So annoying when they lose back. There we are. Do you know what? I think I'm going to go back out and then come back in when I've sorted myself out. I've got myself a nice hot cup of coffee here. It's making no difference to me. None whatsoever. I'm still rubbish. Anyway, one of the things, we're away from the breaking news now, so I can use my normal voice now. Okay, guys. One of the things that drew attention to this situation was this. So I'm going to share this with you now, guys, because yeah, it's very concerning. So this is what brought the attention to those of us that could give a damn. And it is YOMAMA at the airport this very morning, sharing this piece of information. Here we go, guys.
Am I gonna meet? Nah, I don't think I'm gonna meet. I don't think I'm gonna meet Hussie. I don't think I'm gonna meet Hussie. Cause yeah, like I said, he be going to those weird clubs where there's only like 3 people there. I can't do that. I feel weird if I go to a club and there's only like 3 people. and it's I can't I don't feel safe going out with Hussie. I don't.
I don't blame you.
I mean, this man randomly gets his ribs broken. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? I'm out at a club with Hussie, and some guy just randomly comes up and just kicks me in my ribs and breaks them.
It didn't happen.
I can't come back home with broken ribs.
It didn't happen.
This shit is so random. Oh man, that man just woke up. Hussie just woke up and he was just like, he just went out. He came back home with broken ribs. No, I can't do that. I can't hang out with you, dog. They still haven't found the guy who broke his ribs. This guy just walked in the club, broke somebody's ribs, and went home. Before he went home, he probably picked up some McRibs from McDonald's. Yeah, I broke somebody's ribs today. Now I'm at McDonald's getting some McRibs. Come on, y'all. I'm not hanging. I can't do that. I'm scared. They still ain't found this guy. This guy's on the loose out here breaking people's ribs. Oh man, I can't do this though. I can't do this, man. I mean, I will. I mean, I might.
No, see, it's all it's a bit concerning, and the most concerning bit I think is this.
I might bump into Hussy, but his shit is just so random. Random things just be happening to Hussy. I just don't want to be around when they happen.
Yes, so as I say, I'd just like to reiterate, guys, if any of you are out and about in New York over the next 10 days, maybe give that number a call there, okay? And yeah, well, that's that really. Another thing that I think YOMAMA needs to be careful of is if he does meet up with the hustler, is going back for dinner, because Hussy likes to think that he's some sort of chef. He's not. So I think YOMAMA needs to be careful if he, if Hussy says, "Hey, YOMAMA, come back to my place." Sorry, I've got the giggles. Yeah, YOMAMA, come back to my place because I'll cook you something. All right, I'll cook you a baba ganoush. All right, okay, so this is a warning to you, YOMAMA, okay? In case he invites you back for dinner. All right.
And welcome back to another video with me.
Oh
okay, so I got sponsored to do a video. I'm making baba ganoush. Now, baba ganoush is a Middle Eastern appetizer.
Do you know what? They look disgusting. Don't anyone come near me with these. Ever. Okay? Ever, ever, ever. All right. Let's carry on.
Which is basically made with eggplant.
Nobody cares. Right. I just want to show you this bit. Hang on, where is it? When he holds it up to the camera, it reminds me of something.
You see?
Look. I think that's Hussy's ballsack. That's what I think. So moving on, YOMAMA, I really hope that if you do you meet up in a high-end establishment where you're served delicious cuisine and nothing like the slop that this man dished up.
Damn it! I got tahini and pesto. Look. I don't believe this shit. You guys, you put lemon to taste. I like lemon.
Right, okay. So we'll put in half the bottle. All right.
So I'll put a little extra.
All right, okay.
Damn it. Now you got to put the salt and pepper.
Yeah, go on. You got enough in there? Okay.
I don't believe this shit. I'm like, why the fuck is this shit green?
Because pesto's green, you moron. All right, go on. God knows what that is.
For fuck's sake.
I know. It's rancid. I've no idea where the tahini is.
This is a disaster.
It just looks like a complete slop. Slop, guys. So, YOMAMA, do not go back to this heathen's box in the sky. Just don't. Even if he says he's going to make you a baba ganoush, don't do it. Just don't. Okay. That looks appetizing. Yum.
I don't think this is gonna come out right.
No, oh well.
Well, this is a fucking fail.
Yeah, it is. Okay, what we doing now? Okay, let's move on. Let's see how he tries to rescue. Let's see how he tries to rescue this dish. Ah, ah. Edna, I'm gonna have you up in a sec, darling.
I am so damn mad. I am so damn mad.
Well, I'm not surprised. It's awful. Oh, more salt. Yeah. What else?
Put a little bit of more of this shit in there. The color is completely off.
It's green. I mean, what part of pesto is usually green or red? Does this moron not understand? So if you put pesto in something, it's going to turn green. You know, it's not a difficult concept to understand. All right. What a twonk.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Look at this slop. Look. What's he going to eat it with?
Whatever. I'm gonna put some mayonnaise in there. Shut up.
Mayonnaise. What? What? So he's got tahini, he's got pesto, and he's got mayo. Wow. Yeah, Mama better have an iron stomach. That's all I can say.
This ain't no. Where's the other one?
What else?
Where's my other one?
All right, go on.
Sometimes you can put sour cream in there. I ain't got no sour cream. I don't fuck this shit up now.
Oh, what? What?
Shut up.
What was that then? That was more mayo, was it? Jeez Louise.
So damn mad.
Yeah.
This ain't gonna hurt her. This ain't gonna hurt her.
Do you know what? If this individual wasn't so vile, these videos could be quite funny because he's just so bad. He's just so bad at cooking, bad at anything really. So they would be, I could understand how some people may find it funny, but the fact that he's so vile, just no, I can't laugh at that. I can't. Although I am, because it's just awful. So he's still mixing it around. Right, what's going in there next?
This might offset some of that pesto.
Oh, okay. So he's putting the mayo to offset the pesto. Yeah, okay. So instead of a green color, I reckon with the mayo, he's now got like a putrid color. Like, sort of a vomit color. Okay. Good choices, hussy. Good choices.
Oh, my stars. I don't even know why I want to decorate this shit.
Well, I wouldn't bother. Look at it. Look at that. Look at it. I've got to make it bigger. Look at it. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, guys. Look, I told you it's gone like to a vomit color. Or like, if one of your pets has got an upset tummy and they might sort of do something and it sort of comes out that color. That's what it's come out like. Oh my God.
You're supposed to put a little olive oil on top of it.
What? What? Oil on the top of all that? Oh my God, no wonder he drinks. He has to drink to stay alive. Oh God.
Man, still.
Yeah, almost stars is right, matey. That's bloody
You're
awful.
supposed to put some red pepper,
Oh, here we go.
but I'll just put some paprika.
Right.
Oh shit.
So he's put some paprika over it.
Oh, well.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah.
Well, anyway.
So, Mama's in for a right old treat. Get yourself over to the part of town where people like Hussey live. I can't think of the word at the moment. Where if I was driving through in my car, I would certainly roll up the windows. Yeah, but anyway, Mum, get yourself over there and taste a bit of this.
Can I flip this bitch? No.
Okay.
But you guys,
Look at his hands.
this is it.
Shaky. Oh my God.
Okay. It is what it is.
Yeah, it is. And it's a pile of shake.
Can you see it? You can see it.
Look, guys, look at all this. That is oil. That is oil. And what's this? And more oil. Oh God, I shouldn't have eaten. I think I shouldn't have eaten, guys. That's what's called rancid. Okay, that is absolutely rancid. So okay, thanks for sticking with me for that. I need to say hello to everybody. So let's take that back and put up the what's it for little Miss Edna. Right, where's my comments gone? They've gone there. Okay. Right, so I think after that, I think we do need a little bit of a break because that's actually turned my stomach. Okay. But firstly, I want to say hi to everybody. I want to say hello to Moosey, Edna, Rihanna. Did I put up the doobie? What's it in there? I did. There she is. Rihanna, Edna. Hi, darling. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you, Jan?
I'm good. Well, I'm not feeling too great now because I rushed my food down and then I've watched that video. Why did I do that, Edna? What's wrong with
What did
me?
you have?
I had chicken. I had chicken in breadcrumbs and salad.
Breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
I mean, is it like ground chicken, like chicken meatballs? How did you incorporate the breadcrumbs with the chicken?
You dunk the chicken into the breadcrumbs.
Okay.
Anyway, let's move on. Hi, Xena. Barley's in the house. Hi, Barley. I hope you're well. Are you all right? Are you all right there, Edna?
I'm a little relaxed.
We've got Bea in the house.
Hey, Bea.
And we've got Xena in the house, which I think I've already said. So yeah, right. Let's get down to business. Okay, I've invited 2 people up tonight because they've been having a bit of a hard time on yeah, I can see you. I can see you. They've been having a bit of a hard time thanks to somebody who's, I don't know, he's just shown a really spiteful side to his personality. So, how are we going to do this? I think we're firstly going to just add Farida and say hi. Hi, Farida. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Thanks for having me on.
Oh, you're very welcome,
Welcome.
darling. Anytime. Farida, meet Edna.
Hi, Edna.
Hi, Farida.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I just lost my appetite because the baba
Oh.
ganoush that I just saw. Oh my god! Oh my! Oh my god! I was screaming.
Oh, Farida, do you want to tell us the right way to make it quickly, if you
Very
can?
quickly, you just put you roast like the eggplant, which I thought, okay, maybe he got that down, okay, and then you put
Right.
tahini, lemon juice, cumin, a little bit of yogurt. We're talking a tablespoon, maybe like one lemon juice fresh, a minced garlic, one. That's it. But I don't know that pesto, mayonnaise. I don't know. He said sour cream. I'm like, wait, what? What
I
the
know.
Mm.
Yeah, that
So
was
it's like an
scary.
eggplant dip. Is that what it is?
Yes, it was an
It's yeah,
eggplant.
it's just yeah, it's eggplant. I guess a dip. Yeah, it's baba ganoush, which it's funny. The translation just means like a cute dad or something. I don't know. It's
Oh, okay.
yeah, but that's not the right way. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, it was fairly yuck, I do have to say.
Well, it was Hussey's way.
That was Hussey's
Yes.
one. Absolutely.
hmm
So,
It just
okay.
reminded me. Oh,
Oh, go on, Edna, carry on.
it just reminded me of the girl Susie on TikTok. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Where she's like, "Call me crazy, but I don't like store-bought pesto."
Oh no, I don't
Okay,
know that one.
No, I don't either.
never
Um,
mind.
Edna lived in her own world, but we love it. We love it.
The whole
And every
thing.
so often, I want to pop over to Edna's world because she just seems to live in a wonderful world. So, okay, let's get down to business. I was going to have a quick break, but as you're up here now, we'll have a break maybe in half an hour. What we want to discuss really is what's going on with Monty. That's what we're here to discuss. Is it right, Farida?
Oh Lord Jesus, where do I start?
I
Jesus,
was gonna
take the
say, where do we
wheel.
start?
Where do we
And,
start?
oh, and also I
So,
want to say hi to Xena. Sorry,
Yeah,
Xena.
yeah.
Tina.
Here. Hi, darling.
Yeah. You all right?
Right. So I don't know who wants to talk first. How
do
far
you
back
want
you
me to?
go?
It's up to you, Zena.
No, you go on. You go on, Frida. No, you can.
So, we as people know, we did a we did a video about Monty showing receipts because he had already talked about me and about Timber saying that I was not taking care of the community by letting them know what Timber did, which I
Yeah,
found absolutely
ridiculous.
just ridiculous because I already did do that, and he
Mhm.
also acted like I was talking about that I messaged him like he said it was late at night. No, he responded late. Like anyways, there was so many things. So we talked about his actions. We never went after him personally or things like that. Anybody could look at the video and see there was absolutely no mention of anything.
And bearing in mind, this was a month ago. This was a month
Yes.
ago when we
Oh,
talked about this. A
right.
month ago.
So yeah, so
And he reacted to it as well.
yeah, so
Okay.
and I thought everything okay, we're done, whatever. And then Xena calls me like a few days ago. I'm always like Rihanna and Xena. Okay, so she calls me.
Call me whatever. It's fine.
Yeah.
I've just put it up for Jan.
I like Xena.
Okay, I'll keep saying Xena. So she calls me like a few days ago. I don't know, the 14th or whenever, and she let me know that he did a video, and let me tell you, my heart like just dropped only because it doesn't matter. He's trying to say on Twitter he was being nasty and saying like, oh, so the stuff is true. First of all, how disrespectful and disgusting are you to go to a church, to go to other people's home, to go to company names and people and all the information. And the problem is I can't sit up here and say, oh no, this is so and so, this is not this is that. If I even say anything about it, I'm gonna kind of like dox myself or dox other people. So what
Yeah.
but the problem
Right.
with him, so the same day that he did that, obviously, and anybody would have done the same thing, we did a privacy report thanks to the help of Xena, because I swear to God, if it wasn't for her, I don't know
Hi,
where
Mary.
I would be. So we did a privacy claim the same day while we were on live. He did a privacy claim against us, and it was very comical because there was nothing to talking about his anything about his personal life. And then literally yesterday he did a privacy claim, which Xena could say, because you want to say what you said.
Yeah,
Another
it was complete. It was a little tiny section of the one that we did, the last one that we did, and basically we were talking about food right at the end. And Farida said something about, I think it was about a pizza or something, and she said something like
the burrata cheese.
The cheese, yeah. She said, "Oh, like the cheese when you squirt it out and it oozes everywhere." So, what can you imagine with my dirty mind? So what I said was, I'm trying to think. I don't want him to strike you, so I just said something like, "Oh, that's what happens when he thinks about us."
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah,
that's what
okay,
I
I
said.
get it.
Right. So I made an innuendo joke like that. We were laughing about it, but it was nothing malicious. And anyway, he struck us for that little portion. I don't know what for. I don't know whether it's for misinformation or hateful speech, but it was an innuendo joke. It wasn't anything worse. But he just looks like he's just striking us for anything and everything. And that's just how he's going. But obviously, that with Farida, we've not. We've heard like nothing yet. But
yeah, they
So
wanted
can I-
further information. They wanted details, which there is tons and tons and tons of.
yeah,
him
and that's what I mean.
saying-
So she couldn't be honest and say, he was just looking for her to say that's the truth. But it's like it is the truth, but not the truth, because it's aligning with so many people. And I
Yeah.
think the church was a big one, because obviously everything that she's going through at the moment, with the world that's going on at the moment, she's Palestinian. And the church, she's religious, and you go to the church for sanctuary, right? So just to put that out there, I think is, especially with what's going on, I just thought that was just really uncalled for.
Okay, can I just say I don't know anything about the church. So Farida, do you want to tell me what he did?
He just
Yeah,
got
he-
Know
church.
anything?
Yeah, he mentioned. So, thank you, Mary. By the way, I'm afraid it said join chat. It's been a while since I was on here. Like, I just want to say that's why I'm scared to text in, and I don't know if it's gonna kick me out. But anyways, yeah, he mentioned, the church, like my church. I'm just gonna say it, my church. If that is not doxing, and he mentioned people in the church. If that is not
Actual people's names, yeah.
actual people's names that and like I said, and then by the way, he was talking about like, the area about where those
And then your
people
tax
live.
records, he's seen your speeding ticket. He's got all your information about your speeding
my
tickets that you've
Yeah.
got. Your
So
tax
he says
records.
online what really shows you the true by the way, from here on out, anybody that's supporting him, I'm sorry, like, you cannot there's difference of opinion. You can go to FFG, she could say this, and you may not agree. We don't agree with everything with YOMAMA. People seem to maybe think we align. Nope, we don't align with nobody. If YOMAMA did something,
FFG's already fucked off with us. She's already told us that. We'll
FFG
talk.
blocks us on
Yeah, and then
Go
she goes
ahead.
mad at we're calling her a hate channel, and then she's just blocked us, and then went on a massive rant about, she didn't say us, but she was indicating us. So that's just another thing. Like,
Really?
yeah, and we were more than gracious. So it is what it is. But with Monty, like I said, he said names, actual names of a family, went all the way back to like the tax things, doxed or old addressed,
and
the reason why. Did you say what the reason why was?
Oh,
Because
why
he
he did
thinks
that?
that, because all
because
Farida said was that she had a profession.
he said that I'm
was it.
not. He said, just like he did with Jessica. So the way how he does it is, he wants to dox you, so he pretends that he is catching you in a lie, but he knows what he's doing. Obviously, we know he knows what he's doing, and he knows we know what he's doing. So he acted like, oh, Farida lied. It says here you're a homemaker. So why? First of all, you piece of you know what? That's not even worth for me to say your name. Even if I was just a mother, that is the hardest job on the planet. I've told my friends over and over again, when I used to do my other work that I've mentioned, I always used to say to them, it doesn't matter how many hours I'm here, it's still easier than being a mom, because Xena knows it is the toughest job. It's you're never you don't just go and clock out and sleep when your kid
I
comes
said it's
to
a
you in the middle.
marathon.
It's a marathon when the kid comes to you and they're sick or whatever. I'm sorry, hon. I'm off the clock. Can you go see your father? Like, it just doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
You know, but
I
he
know.
knows what he's doing. And then the cherry on the top, he schedules another live.
Oh yeah.
He puts my picture with a family member on the thumbnail. And I thought, oh my God, you absolute vile person. So he took it down. I don't know if he got scared because I
don't think so. I think what had happened was he got distracted. He was doing another live. He's watching someone new, some Barbie, someone. And anyway, he was sniping them and it just got way like too long. And anyway, that content's been milking like mad. But yeah, it's still in the thumbnail now. That white one there, it's still there, and all the details are on the thumbnail.
Yeah,
and it's still not down.
Here?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Could you not get that taken down? Then?
That's what we've been trying to. That's what we've been doing.
We're waiting.
I'm
every
not
time I get
on it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I said I'm not going to focus on it. I'll go past it.
You know,
but the reason was, Jan, he's so particular of it. Like, the whole thing came about was originally, it was a while ago, it was the whole timber thing, and he was defending timber, and he said that, well, have you seen Farida's kitchen? Doesn't look like she needs it. I can't believe it was the last $200. It doesn't look like she needs it.
Which I never said it was my last 200, but go on. Yeah, I never.
He brought up because there was a live that she'd previously done. This was, like I said, a while ago, before we'd even started the joint channel. And it showed her in a kitchen, and you're going, see, look at the kitchen and look at this. And, you know, it's only wealthy people that have that. Anyway, when we started the channel, we just started talking. Farida heard off the grapevine that Monty said that how her husband was a lawyer. So then Farida said, well, I've heard that Monty's going around saying that my husband's a lawyer. So then Monty went crazy, went, show me the receipts when I said that. I was like, oh, okay. It's just, you know, like, oh, what do they call it? I know what we call it, Jan, but I don't know what the appropriate term is. The thingy whispers. I don't know if it's appropriate to say anymore.
To say that.
I don't know.
Or Chinese whispers. I'll say it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Jan said it. So
I don't know whether we're allowed to say that or not, but I don't see why not.
I think it's telephone. I think that means telephone.
Okay.
It's telephone, yeah. So that's what we call it, Chinese whispers, but it's telephone, yeah. So anyway, that's what it just was. And rather than going, oh, right, okay, sorry, you know, that's just what we heard. From that, he's been hell-bent. So when he looked for this information, you know, he seemed like, oh, you know, you said that you had a profession. You were in a profession. And obviously, a profession could be anything. Farida's not obviously going to say what she does.
And I did say what I am, because it's something that, you know, I don't know. At the time, maybe I was just very naive to this, which I don't know. I'm upset with myself, but I never thought the evil of this of being.
But we know as well. We know.
I know
about where it came from. We know exactly how he got it. So
yeah, because I said, I've always talked about me being. I already mentioned it. It's not like a secret. Be a contractor, and he's an idiot because, like I said, why would I explain to everyone what is going on and blah 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 and moving and da da da? But he just it's nothing to do with him looking for the truth. We all know it's nothing to do with that. It's all it's all for him to dox because he's done this with other people. And the timber thing, by the way, just so people don't call me a liar, I did say to her, I meant my last 200 cash on me. That's what I meant to her. And she didn't have a lot of time. She was telling me like, oh, it's going to be at 2 and what, and I mean, I showed all the videos
that Jam.
But I went to him. When I went to him, he didn't care. He was more upset that I went to the other channel, left him and stuff. And he says, well, why should I help you? You went on Skinny Queen and talking crap. And I go, no, excuse me. Or were you not defended when the whole, what's that girl called? Buddha bitch situation?
Buddha, yeah.
I said, excuse me, you know how much Veronica took all downfall for that? And I was on that, you know, on that panel and all that stuff. And because like I said, I pride myself, and I know Xena's the same way. Nobody's perfect. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to say things petty, but we don't align with anybody. Like FFG, for instance, I was really like surprised that she blocked right away, because if you hear the full thing that we said, I said she's a nice person. It's just like, we were really respectful.
Yeah, we
and
said, like, look at it as like friends, like when you because there was a clip that she said how she didn't hate Foodie. And that it was kind of like a friend just trying to help her out, and that's what we
Yeah.
said. But the thing is, she's gonna I'm saying this out right now, she's going to lose her channel because she's now saying that she's a full-blown hate channel, and that's against terms of service to be a
Yeah.
full-blown hate channel to one person. And she
Who's
needs
saying that? Who's saying that?
FFG. She's saying that
Is
about herself.
she?
Yeah.
Oh no, no, no,
Listen, the
no.
way FFG lost her theme song, that's crazy to
Exactly.
me.
That
Yeah.
took her over
She
the edge.
is fumbling the bag. It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's something to see, I'll tell you.
But I said, like, logically thinking, from anybody else, like losing an intro, like what's the harm? But the thing is, I'm trying to think of a level of losing control. She's had the 2 pets pass away. She's had a mother who's recently passed away. And then for this song that means so much, that gets everyone hyped up, and then it's been taken away from her, and she's got no control of it, must just tip
Yeah.
her over the edge of like, I'm not in control of everything. I just want to freak out. And what she's doing, she's just imploding all of the hate, but she's saying that she's a hate channel and she's this and she's that, and it will only take Foodie literally just to say, get that receipt, which was what, a couple of days ago, and say she's advertising herself as a hate channel towards me, and she's going to lose everything.
Yeah.
She needs to
Oh
pack it in. And then
no.
Yabba is practically wishing death on her now, and it's like, oh God,
Wishing death on
Foodie.
Foodie.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
God.
I mean, Foodie did
Yeah.
put a terrible, terrible, terrible community post today regarding the children's father who passed
That's
away.
terrible. That was terrible.
And
Oh, I saw that. I didn't know
yeah,
whether you wanted to address that, because that actually came up on my feed somewhere, and it's weird because I don't follow Foodie.
well,
Um,
I don't know where I heard it. I think I saw it on Twitter.
yeah, I think I saw it on YouTube, and I can't believe that she
Yeah.
came for her like that. And I think the most annoying thing is that there are people that are saying, well, she's only doing what they're all doing to her. Well, no, that's
It's
not.
always way too far. And
Can
then,
I say
Yeah.
something also about this whole with the wishing unaliving on somebody? I remember when I on another channel, not the Amona V, that there was somebody, I think Foodie came in, and she was in the chat, and there was somebody
yeah.
on there, and I don't care because I really don't care anymore, because it's wrong and on all so many levels. So Foodie comes in, we're trying to be reasonable with her to keep her in there, talk to her, and somebody on there said to her, and I cannot remember, I'm sorry, it's been a while, but it was basically wishing her to be, unalived. And people later criticized myself for being too soft, to which I thought, are you out of your mind? And they were like, oh, we're proud that that person was from a certain country. Oh, we're proud of her. And I thought, what is wrong with you people? Even though I don't like Foodie, we all know why. I mean, everybody knows already how she is, what she is, everything she's done, the lies, the nastiness.
we don't wish death on her.
She's even
Christ.
called me. I mean, she says, well, it wasn't really a big deal what she called me, but I mean, look what she's telling to Yaba. Look what she said to Breezen's daughter. But I would still never, even Monty, like right now, after everything he's done, I still would not go and dox him or anything like that, just because
No.
I have morals and values, and I would never wish, and then to go further and to wish somebody to be unalived. What is
Yeah.
wrong with the world? Like, that's what it's like, you come on Girl World just to have fun, and I really had fun last time in the chat when you guys were talking about the accents and all that, and I thought, oh my God, I love this because it's just so fun and free and laughing. And we come on here for that because we already have to deal with.
But we've both been in, like, literally the past couple of days with all this with Monty. Like, we just was like, whenever we've like looked over things, thought we've done a few sassy comments here and there, but we've not been hateful. We've not been anything bad. And just to feel like, targeted and like being silenced for what? For showing facts, and it was just really upsetting because obviously we enjoy doing this, and then just feel like, is there any point of, putting ourselves through this.
Yeah,
And obviously,
you just have to ride it, Xena, because
yeah,
I have the same thing.
yeah, you have, yeah.
I'm known as a hate channel. I mean, I couldn't be more far from
No,
hate if you tried, but I mean, there's people that are always going to say that, and they're always going to throw up rumors
yeah.
that have never been proven. There's not a shred of evidence
Yeah,
about them.
look, like Jan, I know. Well, I don't know it, but I know about what with you and the thingy chick woman,
Yeah,
because
Fedora.
yeah, Fedora. I don't know what
Hmm.
happened at the time because you were part of another community that I was in, but I knew you from Peter Mom, and then
Oh, really? Did
yeah,
you?
oh yeah, like
What,
ages
when I
ago.
liked him, or when I sort of
Yeah,
started
but
making the
when you
silly videos?
started to dislike him and doing the whole T-shirt thing, that's when I
Yeah,
found you.
yeah.
So I've
Which
known
I
about
never
you.
did, by the way.
No,
And the thing
yeah,
is,
I know that.
you probably know that now because you know who I am. You know
Yeah,
the
I
sort of
saw.
person
I watched it all, and even at the time, I thought,
it was
and
a
again,
wind up.
yeah, exactly. And I think because I got you and I understood, it's like, oh, they're really getting the knickers in a twist here. It's
Yeah,
like they're having a laugh, So
yeah.
I didn't take it. So obviously, I don't know what happened. I can hear her side and I can hear your side, and it's like they both can, but I don't know the times or whatever. But I watch you both. I like Petty Fam. I know you don't, and I
Yeah.
can understand why you don't. But
Mhm.
I enjoy watching them, and like I enjoy being here as well. So, but I'm
Yeah,
not. But if I saw any of them people that I like spewing hate the way that they have been doing, doxing people, if you were still actively doxing, I wouldn't be here. Neither would I be anywhere else. I wouldn't do it. So I mean, luckily I've not got. Right now I haven't, but you know that me being on here, someone from another thing's gonna, oh, you need to watch her because she was on
yeah.
Jan's panel, and it's like, well, whatever.
I
I've got my own
know.
agency. I can pick and choose who I want to speak to.
Exactly. And that's how I run my channel as well. But I go wherever I want to go.
But there is a line, though. I do think there is a point where if you do go in certain people's chats, for example, like Monty's, and support, especially if it's like doxing one. I'm not just talking
Mhm.
about the foodie ones, but I'm talking the ones specifically where he's like doxing people. And if you're in that chat and supporting him, then you are supporting him. But if
Yeah.
it's just the foodie ones, it's a bit different because obviously people still want to watch foodie regardless. Some people don't care about the creators in that sense. But when it's literally the doxing ones,
Yeah.
and it's not right. It's you can't support it. It's
Well,
wrong. Like,
I just go into Monty's now just to
oh, I
mess
watch
with
it,
him.
but I don't
Just to mess
comment.
with him. Because I just like to troll him because I know he hates me and he can't shut me up. But
Mhm. Doesn't
he's
he just block you?
I'm
Doesn't he just
blocked
block
in
you?
there. I'm blocked. I can't,
Oh, do
yeah.
you use soccer accounts?
No, I don't use sock accounts.
So how
No.
would you still go in there if he's blocked you?
Well, I can still go in there. Well, he must have silenced me then. He must have hidden me from his channel because
Do you
you
know
can
what
do
it
that.
right? Do you know what it is? Right, I've done this before. I You're basically writing into the void then, because I've done that before where I've written in it and thinking, oh yeah, I'm there. But then if you refresh the chat, your comment's gone.
Yeah, that's what
So are you
that's
just
what he
talking to
done.
yourself then, Jan?
I know. Yeah, yeah, I am. It's like, oh, you're such a fool. But the reason I went in there today, and I wanted us to go over that and have a bit of a giggle about
Oh, I've
it.
not seen it.
But first, I wanted you girls to get everything out about what you wanted to say, because I said I wanted to give you a voice over here, and I stand by.
But I don't know
Uh,
what I think is random. I don't understand if this came out. Like if you scroll up a little bit, you'll see when he last reacted to us. It's a picture of Frida with little devil horns. Up that yeah,
that
up.
one, Skinny Queen. Oh, this
Yeah,
one,
them two there.
Skinny Queen was 100% right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So them two were the last ones that he reacted to us. So that's a month ago.
Yeah.
And we reacted to him. And then I did a short video giving the receipts about you and I being in the chat. showed him all the receipts and with Mary and stuff. And then I said at the end of it, just, take a step back, look at what you're talking about, just let's stop with all this hatred. And I did, honestly, I didn't say anything nasty. And then that was it then. And we didn't even mention him, did we? We might have said a few comments here and there, but nothing was dedicated to him. We didn't say anything. And then all of a sudden this comes out and it was like, why? And he said straight away that, he suddenly got some information like sent to him. And that was it. We knew.
Which
From
was,
that, we knew.
was Farida's docs.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
that's
I
good.
think he's done the rest of the digging. He only needed to know one tiny bit of information, and then the rest is pretty much
Yeah,
he can dig
exactly.
himself.
And he still got it like, wrong about, but like I said, I can't even say anything because then it's like, no, don't look here, look there. But
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just hoping YouTube acts quickly and he gets what he deserves, because that's absolutely 100% violating. 100%.
Yeah, I agree with you totally.
I mean, he's not, it's nothing about, like I said, when he did Jessica, really, you're telling us you've lied about so many things. He's lied about so many things that he was caught in, and we did a whole thing on him on the channel, and he never addresses those, mind you. He never addresses the lies.
No, he turned the live off at that point.
So if it so in your the way you're doing it, then that in that case we can go and get your, is that okay with you that we get your private information? Say, oh no, he doesn't, look guys, he lives here because he doesn't drive the bus, he drives a bike, look, he's a liar. That's how he does it, where he'll like say something a little bit off.
It has to be like exact. If you said it, oh, he drives a Toyota, it's like, no, it's actually a Nissan. He's very, very particular on the details, and he's like, he thinks that we're intentionally lying. But even if people come on and say they do a different
he doesn't
job,
care about, I'm sorry, he doesn't care about any of this. He doesn't care about what's her name lied about. He doesn't care about me, whatever he's saying that I said I'm a homemaker, but I'm not, which is what, but he doesn't care. He's just using that as a front, as a way to dox you, a weapon, like, oh look, you lied about this, so now I'm going to show everything else and attempt to dox you, but you lied about this. It's come on now. He has
like with Jan that time. I mean, Jan was like, again, there's a delay in the chat. So you've got the chat, you got StreamYards, and it was just a delay issue. And she was replying back to me of saying exactly. And he asked a question afterwards. So when Jan had responded, it was responding to me. But then he just took it like it was something else. And we were both going, what are you talking about? Like, it makes no, and even Mary was going like, mistakes happen. Like, it was crazy, and he was getting himself so worked up. And you know what? All it would have taken him is for him to look at his chat and then come on the next day and go, look, I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand. But he didn't. He came on the next day, and then he reacted to his stream. Yeah.
And
it made no sense.
Scrutinized every single word that we said.
Yes.
And then got more and more angry about it. And I mean, how do you argue with somebody like that? You can't.
But that's what he said to us about, Jessica came in our chat with some of like her crew, quote unquote crew. And, he was saying, oh, you have them in your chat and you're this person, you're that person. But then obviously that stream about us, he was like saying, don't tell me who can and can't be in my chat. Like, well, what is it? Pick a lane.
I know. And what's really funny was when he did that video on me, which I just saw down here, he was saying that.
Look at my thumbnail. Can you see that one of purple glitter?
Where?
The one with purple glitter on the parachute. That's from my thumbnail that is taken.
Oh my God. Well, when he was coming for me and he was like saying, oh, it was all planned, it was an op, and it was this and it was that. And honestly, I don't know about you, Xena, but I was laughing.
I was.
Because I couldn't believe what he was running with. I mean, at the time, I think you may have been on, because I've had you on panel before when we've spoken about mental illness, haven't we? Haven't I?
Yeah.
And I think that may have been, once that you've come up and done that.
Yeah.
Then he sort of saw it as some sort of ploy that, we'd planned this in advance to
Yeah.
take him down.
Well, I
I
said
mean,
it's like Pinky in the brain, like, what are we going to do tonight, Chan? The same thing we do every night, trying to take over Monty's channel. I'm like, don't
oh
think
my
it works that.
God, it was insane. But I think, I think Amber Chick's got something, there's something I would
I've already
agree
got
with
my suspicions. I'm
Yeah,
adamant. I'm not going to say what they are. I've worked with people like that. I've lived
yeah,
with it. I've brought, and I'm 99% sure I've got qualifications in it, but it's not down to me on here to do so. But no,
right,
he definitely does. But the thing is, he needs, in a way, protection
yeah,
from himself. He doesn't have the right agency for certain things,
yeah,
and having basically the World Wide Web at your fingers, it can be dangerous for himself
absolutely.
and others.
It's like he's making, when you go into these stores and you can make your own necklace or bracelet with
Mhm.
beads. It's
Mhm.
like, he's making his necklace with negative beads, and
Mhm.
it the necklace is just gonna drag him down in the end
With
because
me, well, I think it genuinely is. He's looking for I mean, I think he's had so much backlash because at one point, he kind of popularized the whole panel thing in Girl World. He kind of, where it wasn't just creators, it was actually like the chat, and they came
yeah,
up and stuff, and it kind of popularized, so you actually getting to know your audience rather than just creators. So a lot
yeah,
of people it was, really that's how I initially found Farida anyway.
yeah,
And a lot of people. Um, and then obviously everything that happened came out, and then it was falling from grace, and it was just one thing after another. And you could see like he was just sort of like really. I remember like the amount of times he'd do Monty After Dark, and he was like, "Oh, if anyone wants to come up," and no one would come up, and you'd feel quite bad for him, right? But then he found Timber, and then Timber
oh,
was the one
happy
that kind of
birthday, Timber.
she really carried it. Happy birthday! She she really carried it through then for him. She
Oh,
really carried it, didn't she? And then Edna was going on, and it was like people started to be more engaging again, and it kind of was building up. But then when he started doing this doxing thing, he was getting notoriety off other people. And I think I'm not saying that they make him do it, but I think because he was getting a lot of praise from these people and like being impressionable, especially on Twitter, that's
yeah.
why he's gone full pelt, because he
So
never was like that.
yeah, but I don't see anyone praising him.
Oh, it is on Twitter.
Oh, really? Oh, I don't
Bodega.
see that. I mean, every so often I go on Twitter and I see what's going on, and
Yeah.
he shows a completely different side to him on Twitter. I
Yeah, he's
can't
very bad on
believe
Twitter.
that it's the same person. I
Yeah,
really
exactly.
can't.
Exactly. I mean, like I said, for what he struck me over, for what I said, I'll DM you the little screenshot that I did, Jam. It's like
Mhm.
literally 2 seconds, and it's just funny. But the stuff that he writes about people and like sexual things, and
I
I
know.
mean, even in his bio is about fapping all over irate Alex's girlfriend.
Oh
That
my
that's what it
God.
says in his Twitter bio. And it's like, wow,
That's
like what?
disgusting.
And that's what he's like on everything, and saying the P words in both sense.
Yeah.
And he's just completely unhinged, and he keeps getting them taken down, and he makes another one. And I just I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't think he's like this. I think he's just trying to be impressionable. I really do. And you've got certain people that will clap him and cheer him on, and he'll carry on with it like there's not a problem because he's getting attention from it. I don't think he realizes what he's doing in
Yeah.
ways, but others he does. But it's still no
Yeah.
excuse.
No. I mean, I mean, I don't see who sort of eggs him on or anything, but I mean,
Mhm,
when you look at his YouTube,
mhm.
his subs have gone down on both of his channels,
He doesn't get much
and
views at
his
all, does he?
views aren't very good either.
I
They're
mean, what's
crap.
his views there?
Yeah,
600 for his latest
yeah,
one. Wow.
yeah. So now he's let's see what Lucy says, "You're glad you got out when I did. I want no part of him these days." Yeah.
And that's what I
mean,
think about Mary. I mean, I know there's been speculation about it, and I hope she's okay. I hope that, you know, she was able. I mean, I don't know if she has removed herself, but with her being in, you know, certain
well, she
people's
comes in.
chats.
Yeah, she comes in here, and she was here a minute ago. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
she said she
Yeah.
was. Is that the same Mary? Because I don't know the screenshot.
Yeah.
She-
Yeah.
Yes,
that was
that's
really
Mary.
But I
Yeah.
want to just say, you know, even so, when we were on his, you know, we came on the panel and everything. I know people think like we were his little, like, what's it, workers, or what's it? What did he say? Harem, whatever people would
Oh,
say.
yeah.
But it's like I didn't ask for no money, didn't care. I had fun. I would go on. It was nothing to do with him. It was the girls. It was like fun to get on and talk about it and so on. And but then he started, there were allegations about him and everything, and we still gave him benefit of the doubt, but I slowly started to see how he would just go off on people. He has like a anger problem where he would just and I even thought, oh my God, I remember looking in the comments, and somebody, I swear to God, I'll never forget this, when I read a comment where I think somebody said, he replied to somebody and he goes like F you, and I don't want to, you know, the full thing, and somebody said, is that really you, Monty? Or, oh my, Monty, I'm
I
surprised. Or
know.
like they couldn't believe. But I thought, no, after a while, and how we saw and you see him all of a sudden go off, and he cannot handle any criticism. So the funny thing is, if he can go call Gigi names, and we know, and call YOMAMA names and stuff like that. But if anybody attempts to say anything about him, if it was just criticizing his actions, it's not just like, hey, let's pick on Monty. It's or his content. It's what he's doing, which is not. It's not even. You know, what are you doing? It's like, this is not part of. It shouldn't be part of girl world where you go after people.
Do you know what I think he really wants, in a way? I don't know about anybody else, but that, you know, does anybody know about this Barbie person?
I don't, for sure.
No,
I saw a little bit
Are you
about
talking
her
about
today.
Crystal?
Yes, I have no idea who she is. I mean, Monty's picked up on her, Breezy has, and what's she called? The skinny one. She's doing
Okay.
it as well, and it's them three mainly that are doing it. Excuse me. And obviously, I saw little bits, but I just thought this looks too much of a train wreck for me. But
Yeah.
it's mainly Marty's content, if that makes
Oh,
sense.
is it?
Yeah,
So
and to
he's
me,
jumping on the Marty bandwagon, is he?
yeah, they all are. But you think Breezy was up Marty's ass, like reading his stuff out and like praising him. So was not Monty was like praising him like that, but Monty's had him on the panel and he won't say boo to a goose to him. But again, he just plays Marty's content. He doesn't really add much.
None
He
of
doesn't.
them do. Could I just say thank you, April? I thank
Hi,
you very much.
April.
Hi, April. Nice to see
April's a
you,
little
darling.
sassy thing. I love it when she goes off about YTR. It's like my favorite thing in the world.
Who, April?
When she goes off about YTR, it's amazing.
Oh, thank you, Mary.
Hi, I hope you're
Thank you,
okay,
Mary.
Mary.
Thanks,
That's what I mean. We really
entertaining. I
appreciate
do my
it.
best, darling.
Do my
Jan is
best, darling. Darling.
Right. I think what we'll do is let's have a quick look for those of you that haven't seen Monty's Twitter, just to show you just the
Yeah,
type
we
of
blocked
person
him.
he is on Twitter.
Yeah.
Okay. As you can see, I've got him blocked. But here he is. Now I haven't seen this before.
That's Belinda. That's Hillbilly
Why has
Belinda.
he got that on here?
Because it's his banner. It's his banner.
Anyway, my dad is my brother and I'm still smarter than you. Also better looking and funny. Sucks to be an inbred.
Because he calls Belinda all the time a hillbilly, a cousin fucker. That's what he calls her.
Oh my
God.
Yep.
Jesus.
Okay. I just think it's quite eye-opening to see what he's like, because he's a completely different person on YouTube, in my opinion. Anyway.
Yeah, he is.
So here, the last one where he's pinned this. you do know this is hella racist, right? Oh, he's calling someone out about oh yeah, someone did a video, was it, or a
Oh,
post?
listen, you can't see it, but I can see it on air. I'll read it
Okay.
out to you, and you know, you can take my word for it.
Okay.
Or should actually, I won't say it out loud just in case, but he shouldn't do
Yeah,
because it's on there. But I'll screenshot it and I'll send it you. I'll do that rather than saying it just in case he wants to, even though it's
yeah.
his words that's on his Twitter. I won't say it,
Well,
but
it's his words, but the main thing is him, you know, coming for Gigi. Listen,
yeah.
Gigi's, you know, I'm not a friend of Gigi's or anything. In fact, I'm banned on his channel. But what I
Oh, are
don't
you?
like is yeah,
Oh, he
because
really helped us. I mean, that's a shame. He
no,
really
yeah,
helped us
but
with
I'm
this.
barred on his channel because Fedora's a mod.
Oh, okay,
Okay, and they
okay.
all support Fedora. So I'm like, oh well, you
That's a
know,
shame.
if
Okay.
you want to believe the village idiot, then that's up to you, you know.
Can
I'm
we
not
have a girl
doing
world guide for me? Who's who? Fedora and I don't Crystal
You
Barbie. I don't
you
know.
need to go back to
I need to go.
you need to go back
Wait,
to the live that we did
wait, is
and
Fedora in it?
revise. We did the live about Girl World adjacent Frida.
Yes, is that Fedora in there?
Yeah, she's a mad Canadian woman.
Okay, I need to go back and do my homework again. Sorry, teacher.
Yes.
Sorry, I thought you knew everybody.
No.
Yeah,
Slapped him.
so today he's just been squabbling. It looks like tit for tatting with
Thanks,
with
Amber.
going around. All you do is make up stories about child SA. I hope there aren't any kids in your neighborhood. And it's true, you know. I'm actually astounded by how much he talks about, and I'm talking about Monty, how much Monty talks about SA
Yeah,
and
he does.
CP.
Really
Yeah.
I
badly.
am astounded
Really
by it.
badly. Yeah.
So we don't really need to read everything.
No.
So
But you can put the it's very
stop
crude.
putting D's in a 14-year-old's mouth. UPOS.
Mm,
Now,
Jesus God.
that's just disgusting. He didn't do that. His friends and him were messing about and, you know, did something. If you want to
Farida
say what
retweeted
they
that
did
out as
do,
well, that video with
it's like, it's
I
just
just noticed.
ridiculous. Stop
Oh
it.
wait, I retweeted which one?
No, I'm saying he
Oh.
the one that he didn't end up doing, he tweeted that out as well, the thumbnail and stuff, all that out. So I
So it
saved
looks
that.
like GP's jumped into the fray. And,
Oh yeah. That's
you know,
bad.
these are the sort of things that he's saying, you know, because GP is calling him homosexual.
I think his main ones is gaining ground. That's the main one he's like really after, because the thing is, like in Farida's case, there wasn't much of people like, you know, retweeting things or like talking about in like supporting him in that sense. That seemed to be very much a solo project. But anything to do with gaining ground, he has at least about 5-6 people behind him, and they constantly like repost each other's and retweet each other's things. But in terms of what happened to Farida, there hasn't been anything. They don't care. They don't,
So he
because
has
I said
to,
to Farida, said without being awful to us both, we're pretty irrelevant. Like,
I was like, thanks,
no, but
Rena.
you're not irrelevant because
no, I
I want
know
to
that.
be.
the
I want
girl
to be
world
in this.
likes to say that I'm irrelevant, and yet they all seem to see what I say.
Yeah,
They all
that,
seem to see, you know, my lives and know what I do, but I'm irrelevant.
yeah,
Okay. All right. The thing is, I'm
no,
not even in girl world, but it's like here. So GP has said something like, I refuse to have a discussion, debate, or arguments with people, with people's alter egos. Say it with your chest, Monty.
yeah.
And then Nikki Bear, who is Alex's
Alex's
girlfriend.
girlfriend, yeah.
Yeah, I wrote Alex's girlfriend. Said, oh, he's gross. And then straight away, Monty's come back with, is Alex on his knees yet?
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, come on, man.
yeah. I
Just
know.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, can I just say, like, you want to compare? There was one of the replies to me was to on the one of you, not to mine own. What was like, so you could do, and he doesn't say it nicely. Obviously, it was with being disgusting the way he even responds to you, like you could do stuff about me, and I'm not supposed to do stuff about you. Excuse me. There's a difference between you reacting to something we did to say, hey, this is wrong, hey, this is whatever, blah, here's the receipts, here's a discussion. No, it's you just doxing and trying to dox, and that's all you did. So you know what you're doing. He knows what he's doing. It's nothing to do with you, like trying to tell me that I'm different professionally.
Jan, I sent it you on the DMs of what he wrote about Nikki.
What DMs
in Twitter?
On Twitter, okay.
Yeah, so you could, when you were saying about the essay stuff, it's just like that. I mean, and
but
that's what I'm
everything that
saying.
he does, everything, the way he taught, everything, even on the channel, it's all kind of vile. Everything, that's why I don't understand the supporters. I really don't. I remember somebody on that comment replied to him and said, what's the big deal, or something about if it's true. I don't know, somebody replied, and I thought, are you people crazy? Like, what's wrong with you? What if it was you and extended like all the information in church or your sanctuary, what and people that like people that were doxxed or whatever, and it wasn't anybody that was in my place would not say that, but because they're just there watching somebody vile like him. And I like we said before, you can go in different chats where people, like, this creator doesn't like the other creator, but as long as it's like respectful. I know people get petty. I understand we sometimes we do.
I'm definitely sarcastic.
Yeah, we do, exactly. But like, it's different if this is crossing the line on so many levels, because if you dox somebody, I'm not gonna come in your chat anymore, or who I'm saying, not you specific, but anybody. Like, if you're a doxer, I will never enter your chat. I will never support that, and I will say to you before I leave, you best believe I'm gonna tell you, hey, oh my God, I cannot believe you're doing that. You need to take it down. I'm going to report this to YouTube. This is absolutely, I mean, even like YOMAMA, for instance, when some people think like we had somebody write us an essay in the comments. I know they're trying to be respectful, but it was all like, I couldn't read it. I fell asleep halfway through, but it was like about how, well, YOMAMA did this and he got worse than FFG. Like, were you listening? We have said, when YOMAMA said something about FFG, literally our last live, we said, hey, I don't like when he calls her, hey, well, you're fat too. I don't like that. Don't, people actually in his comments tell him when they don't like, if he, like with the milk tea thing, when he talks about her, that's uncalled for. We don't, and people say something, or they.
Jan, if you scroll up a little bit, bit more, stop there, right? There, that's Raven Star. Okay. Now, during a live,
so who is this?
Yeah, so basically what he tried to do was thinking that he was doxing her when she'd already put that picture out. Now he was reviewing, he was watching Foodie, then Raven went in his chat, put like, oh, shut up, Monty, or whatever it was, and then he said dead sinisterly, Raven, go check Twitter, like that. And then obviously, and then he put so obviously everyone was like, oh my God, they've just doxed Raven. Now Raven was like, look, I've already put my picture out. I think I look cute. Shut up. But what they've done is obviously put yikes and lol on it. But again, the incentive was to try and dox her, but she'd already put that picture out. So, but it was still, the incentive was there. And that's the problem.
That's awful. That's awful.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't see all the other things he said on there, but I mean, just his whole demeanor on there, it's just so, I don't, apart from Negs, I've never seen anyone
he's on that level, definitely,
as he does on Twitter. I'm almost speechless, because when I first came across Monty, I just thought he was rather dull.
Yeah, it just seemed quite docile, didn't
um,
he? Of like, oh,
boring,
okay, yeah.
but I sort of stuck with him because I quite liked going into Timber's lives.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did hear about what happened with the Farida thing, and I think I got that from YOMAMA, because YOMAMA covered that as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought, who, I don't know. I suppose I didn't really see the real Monty until really recently. I
What
was
was it in
thinking,
particular for you? Can you think what it was?
um, I think it was, if I'm honest, I think it was the way that he came after women. It was the way he
Mm-hmm.
came after people that, dare speak up about him.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, I remember when that Buddha Bitch thing went on.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Yeah.
a bit confusing to me then, because I didn't really know Monty that much then,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought it was him that was in the video. But
Oh,
then
right.
And we
on,
defended him because when she did the video, and I'm sorry to mean to interrupt, I just want to say we were upset and we were the only people, because usually people don't like to speak up in fear of being a minority. In girl world, if you notice, people like to follow the mob, they like to follow the leader, and they're
yeah,
afraid to go against. So we were the very few. Veronica, the poor thing, was the one that took all the downfall because she was the one doing the interview and she was flustered because he was lying. But
yeah,
we were defending him because we were in the back and behind, not because it was like just because it's Monty. We looked at this video and said, wait a minute, why did you put out this video that insinuates and makes people think that you are afraid of him? It has nothing to do with him. You could have done something
yeah,
separate. So people thought it was him, and that's
yeah,
what we were like going after. And but then he lied to Veronica about how many women he was with. And she even asked him before, are there any women? Well, the next day, it turns out it was also Kidney J. And, you just find
yeah,
out as more people. And we found out his true colors. And poor Veronica was eaten alive. She's still, people, go after her. And it was terrible. It was terrible. But like everybody, it's, that's the problem with girl world. It's like people follow the crowd, and you can never like, for instance, you want to say anything about FFG, we didn't even criticize her. We're just saying, hey, because I'm the friend, I'm going to tell you what, I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. If I think you are going a certain way and you really um need to hear the truth, I'm going to tell it to you nicely,
She's
but I'm going
constantly slapping my ass, Jan. I have to tell her to stop. Put it
no, but
down.
you wouldn't want somebody just say, oh yeah, I mean, if you're in a bad relationship, let's just say, or you're in a whatever, I don't know, just whatever it may be, or something like, or you're being like, you're having the channels, for instance, and you're just being now way too hateful, and you're noticing that your friend is getting a lot of hate, or she's being a little meaner now, and it's all just hate speech and stuff like that. You're gonna say, hey girl, you know what, I'm noticing you weren't the same, you were different before, and now, you could say it in a
yeah.
nice way. But some people don't like that you can't criticize them anymore. They'll block you, or they'll get angry and start
Have you been
raging.
blocked by FFG, Jan?
I don't know. Um, but then I've not really said very much in there, because I mean, she's got so many people chatting in there. She only really pays any attention to
It's
anyone
well
that
with her,
sends her
with her, it's
money.
guilt by association, though.
Yeah, yeah,
So
I know. So she probably has blocked me. Let me see.
Oh, she
that'll
said
be
if
Check
you
and
are
see if
your
I'm blocked.
mama's member,
Oh
you're
yeah,
she's
part of your
coming for
mama's,
you.
yeah.
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 See, that's ridiculous as well.
Let's
And this is
see.
the thing what really annoys me. I don't know about anybody else, but when they say, and in a way, I get the sentiment, but they don't act like it. It's just the internet. It's just the
I
internet.
know, it's
I can get it's
silly.
just the internet, but when it comes, it's not just the internet when it's doxing. It's not just the internet when you're getting paid members. Not just the
Mhm,
internet when you're getting super chats. Not just the internet when you're getting views, subscribers, likes. It's not just the internet then. So
mhm.
that's what annoys me more than anything. Of it's the internet when it suits.
Yeah,
And with her, like I said, we gave constructive criticism, like a lot of people have done. and all she's garnering is people that just want to spew hate. They're not the ones that will be there for when you fall. You know, when she does have a lure in the channel, they're
I
not going to
know.
be there to help out. If she's no longer entertained, it's like, right, fuck you then, on your way, on your bike. See you later.
I did used to watch her, and I used to find
Me
her.
too.
I used to like her being
Me
blunt,
too.
and also
I'd
the fact
liked it.
that,
Me too.
you know, she
Exactly.
wasn't afraid to say anything about
Yes.
Fruity, and you know, I quite liked it.
She was
But
she was very, if you ever looked at the very first videos she did, she was very, it was different. Remember, Rihanna, we were you even sent
Yeah,
me
we
one of
showed
the
it.
clips. Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. It was, she was just
yeah, I saw
very,
that one when she showed her face, when she used to show her face.
Yeah, she had
yeah,
a
she was
Mhm.
she had
and
wicked tongue and like very, very fast. And to be on the spot like that and very fast with your insults takes a lot. I'm much better with
Yeah.
my writing, but she's very, very, you know, talented in that regards. But I don't know.
Why
I
do you
just
think? Do you think? I know what you think, Xena. You think that it's probably got something to do with her recent loss, yeah?
I think that's what's tipped her over 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a shame then that she hasn't got a friend who's able to say to her, "Look, you know."
But she just blocks it out the moment there is any kind
Yeah.
of remote criticism. Like the amount of times that me and Frida have been like, "Gonna go and do something," and go, "No, no, 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 just stop, 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 stop. Just think a minute." And I remember
yeah,
I was trying to sort out. It was the other day when I was helping her, and she was just going crazy. Not crazy, but like she was upset, obviously. And I'm trying to sort this out. And she said, "Oh, I'm just gonna do this." And I went, "Stop, wait." Calm
Yeah.
down, and I can't remember what I said. I said something like that. I went, "And I know you want to, you know, but you're being hasty. Just give
yeah.
it a minute."
Know what you're
And she
talking
just
about.
put, "Okay." And I thought, "Oh God, I've pissed her off." And
No,
but I
not at
knew,
all. Oh no.
but she knew that I was coming from a right place of just like, let's not lose our minds here, like lose our heads. What do you mean lose our
Yeah.
heads? So like,
Yeah. I mean, and it's good to be able to do that. I mean, you know,
that's
I
what
got
she needs.
people around me to sort of pull the reins back a bit,
Mhm.
sometimes, but,
Is that the
um,
stray jacket that they pull?
yeah.
But you know, no, in all like seriousness, just to, we are lucky we're a duo, and I'm not saying just because you're a channel with one person you can't have, you know, people on the side to talk to you, but
Mhm.
it's good to always have somebody that, you know, because a lot of times it's true, you know, how you, some people forget to count to 10, or you're upset and you
Yeah.
say things that may backfire or whatnot. It's good to have somebody that's calmer than you.
Mhm.
And I always appreciate anytime, you know, when Rihanna will give me advice or vice versa, just to, in general, just about life itself, not just with Girl World, but it's always good to have somebody that you are not afraid to say to you. Because what kind of friendship is that? If I'm like, oh my God, I want to tell her this, but I don't want, I mean, of course, you're always a little worried, like, I don't want her to be upset,
The
but
thing
I'm
is
like,
with Frida's more like worried of telling me something of like she always thinks she's burdening me, and that's not the case. You know, it's not the fact that pulling me over to one side, but we're both so honest with each other where we would say that, and that's what the thing is. I wouldn't if it was anyone else, I wouldn't care. But like with
Mm,
FFG, like I said, she's built a really good thing for herself, and
mm,
the thing is, you can't if you've got grief, like most people in the chat have had someone that they've lost or, you know,
yeah.
someone really close to them. You can't behave that way and abuse your audience and take it out on the audience because you're going
No.
through grief. You need to take a step back.
but can I ask
And
you guys a question? Just the grief aside, do you also, just curiosity, because I do agree with the grief thing. Do you also think maybe it's like you're rolling down a hill and the ball, you know, on a snowball, and it's getting
mm,
bigger, that it was so much hate from Foodie herself too, being so nasty with Nader, and
mm,
the threats from Nader, you know, when she would be on there with him and he's like, she was okay with what he was saying to FFG, and like, I
Mhm.
feel like you get kind of like, you don't even see clear anymore. Does that, do you guys think maybe it's also that where you
Yeah.
don't realize you were one place, all of a sudden now the ball is rolling and it's so big you can't even go back, you don't even know yourself anymore? Like, do you think that's what it is? Which I don't blame her
I
from,
think she's
you know.
expected to have a level of hatred in a way. I don't think she could even ease up on her even if she wanted to, because I think the moment she eases up slightly, people are there for the roasting, right? It's like I can look at something of Foodie and like, you know, maybe like, oh yeah, okay, she's done a good thing or whatever. It still doesn't mean that I like her. But I don't think she can. She's past that point now of any kind
Yeah.
of construction in the criticism. But I think it's one thing after another with her. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I agree with Farida. I think that it is very much a case of, she's got so much snow around her now that
Mhm.
she just has to, carry on down that hill. But I will say, and I've always said it, and I always feel that with her, it started off in a certain way and it has definitely got worse. And I think the reason it's got worse is because Foodie has come back at her tenfold. And I
Yeah.
think a lot of people don't realize that. And they just, they sort of just think of everything that FFG said to Foodie. But if we go right back to the very beginning, when I used to watch FFG,
Yeah.
and when Foodie first got with Nada, I actually felt that that FFG knew what she was talking about.
Oh,
She'd
I did. Yeah.
a
I
very
agree.
herself. She knew the culture of those men, and she wanted to warn her. And I still believe that. And
Mm.
I know that there's people out there saying, "Oh no, no, she didn't. No, she didn't. She just wanted to get
It was
involved."
very to that particular gang, wasn't it? It was to
Yeah,
them. It was a particular gang that came from the refugees. It was that particular lot. And the moment she heard her name, it was like, oh my God, that's like my
yeah,
my
Yeah,
ex
I agree
boyfriend.
too. I think she also, I don't think she wanted to warn her. I really think she was coming from
I
a good
agree.
place because
yeah,
she was a DV victim herself. So I think,
yes.
I would have done exactly the same. I know she got a lot of shit for when they said, "Oh, you shouldn't have reached out to her to warn her." If I knew someone was round the corner from
Yeah.
me and being in that situation, and I would have I would have done it. I would have done the exact same. I don't think she did any wrong in that. Personally,
Yeah,
I
I
think she
I
kind of
feel
held
the
her.
same. I feel the same. But there's some people that have got such a hatred for her, for FFG now, that they overlook that. They don't want to look at it like that. They just want to see her as a hateful person. And I actually don't believe that she is a really hateful person.
She is so I described her to Farida, like I said, if you watch any of our old, I said she's that to me, she's very insecure. I can
Mhm.
tell, like maybe at school she wasn't the most popular one, she wasn't the prettiest, she wasn't, you know, she kind of used comedy and humor to get by, and then she's found a place where she's accepted and that she can be her authentic self. She doesn't have to put on
Yeah,
a show or anything like that. You watch her oldest videos, and she talks about not even at the beginning, not even putting Nada on the
yeah,
because she didn't want to trigger her audience because her audience was saying it's very, very tough to watch with all this DV stuff. And she was like, I've got to put my community first. And she
yeah,
was very much like that. She was had so much humility when she got her first super chat. You know,
yeah.
just the way that she was, and
I
that
think what people don't realize is, and it's actually quite an achievement for somebody to be able to do,
yeah,
somebody who has got a lot of kickback for it.
mhm,
She actually has got a very caring community.
yeah,
She's got people that see beyond the screaming and the shouting and
I think she
the
did.
raucous laughter.
I think she did. I don't think she really has that much now. As
Okay.
many no, no. As of recently, I don't think so because the way especially again, if it's just all aimed at foodie, fine, but it's not. It's like even just that band situation. She completely messed up, right? And rather than
Mhm.
admit it in fault, she just turned the blame on. And that was what I don't see as many of the I know there's a load of people in there, but it doesn't seem to be like the most regular people. I see her
Oh,
super chats, but they
okay.
seem to me she gets super chats a lot, but it doesn't seem to be the same people that do the super chats.
Oh, I see.
So she
Oh,
still
that's
has a lot of people in there, but it's the
different.
hate people. I don't
Yeah.
like where's just saying's not there and her other mods I think Mick the Cornball was one of them and there was so many mods that she had that are no longer there.
I
Um,
think a big difference, from what I've seen, and I haven't watched one for a long time, I have to say. But just by going by what I've seen online, other people talking about it, do you think that her friendship with Shannon has made a difference to the people that actually, really liked her and followed her because they liked her as a person? Do you think that friendship has had a negative effect on her and also her channel?
I honestly don't think so. I'm a bit hit and miss here because I don't know the absolute ins and outs of Shannon. But when she went up to see her originally, I know a lot of people took it as like, oh, it's just another dig at Foodie. But I didn't take it that way. Again, it was a situation where this woman was, in a very, very bad way. Foodie didn't even want to physically talk to her on the phone, never mind go and see her. And this
I
woman was
know.
desperate. And, I genuinely think that FFG was like, she's literally down, she's there. I'm going to her. She just needs a friend. And I
Yeah.
think,
I think, can I just say, this is the one moment where people don't realize where FFG did shine. Like, she was a good friend because
yeah, I agree.
Shannon was in such a bad place. And I always talked about this on another live about what she did to Shannon. It was just so unacceptable, so disgusting. You remember when she was in the the hospital, and
Oh, yeah.
And she told everybody about it. Yeah.
yeah. So I thought, how could you do that to somebody of 23 years? Even if you had a falling out, why do you need to tell people that
I
she is,
know.
that would have sent her off the edge. And, I used to watch Shannon's lives, and the poor thing, sometimes she wasn't, because of her kids, she's talked about it. So it's not something I'm just bringing up, the daughter giving a hard time, and she was just having a lot of issues. And FFG was there for her. So I really don't think it had anything to do with Foodie Beauty. I really don't think so.
But I think she uses it now against her. I've noticed more and more. So it'd be things like, at first it's anything that could be like real life. So like the anniversary thing and the writing on the couch, like, Shannon, is this how she used to write? It's like, do you really remember a friend's handwriting from like 15 years ago? Like, it's things like that where it's kind of where the friendship is used as a pawn rather than a genuine friend, which I do believe they have a genuine friendship, don't get me wrong. But I do find that FFG will kind of use that a way to give it to Foodie, like another dig. And the thing is, I think this is the whole thing of what is a proportional response to things, and how far will they go. Yes, Foodie Beauty has done horrible things, but it's not consistently horrible in terms of FFG. It's not every day she's doing something to FFG. It'll be every month or something, like once a month, once every 2 months.
Yeah, but then if you look at it, what else can she do to her? I think, what else can Foodie do to FFG other than
she just recycles the same talking points about her dogs and about this. So obviously it's just a thing to wind up. And FFG knows the crap now of like, right, she's going to talk about my dog. She's going to talk about this. She's going to talk about that. So it's the same thing recycling over. And that's what I mean. Like, is it just, when we were kids, you'd have a fight, wouldn't you? Like, right. And then you're even. You'd have like, well, you hit me first, I hit you back, right? We're done even.
Yeah.
But rather than it just being a jab and it being even, it's literally to obliteration now. There's no even side anymore. It's literally to obliteration, like I was saying. And that's where I feel I worry for FFG. If she's saying that she's a hate channel, that she hates Chantel, she's going to lose her channel. She needs to at least stop saying that you're a hate channel, at least.
I think it's interesting, like Moosey says, why is everyone afraid of pissing her off? I don't think it's that.
Oh, didn't you see what Breezy did, Jan? Didn't you see what Breezy said about her? About all that?
No, what?
FFG came for Breezy the other day, like completely was slagged her off, called her an effing bitch, and you name it, wiped the floor with her, completely, roasted her. Not FFG. See all these abbreviations. Breezy then went on her channel and said, I know FFG is talking shit about me, but I still really like her. But, you know, I want us to team up and take down YOMAMA. I think we'd be a great team. Bearing in mind, FFG said all these horrendous things about her, and she still wants to team up with her. So,
But that's because
She's
she's got a hate
afraid
bone.
of her. Yeah, she's a. I mean,
but then she said that. She said that, oh, well, we know that FFG's got, you know, a lot of power in this community. And that's what she was saying.
And I don't want to be a target. And then even when people were saying, all people were saying in the chat, just from what I wasn't reading the chat. She was reading what people were saying, and some of them like, oh, FFG needs a vacation. And she's like, okay, calm down, Chad. I don't want to be a target. And I thought, what? Like, why can't it's just because somebody said she needs a vacation, you're
it just I don't know. I think think Breezy is lost. I think Breezy has lost the plot. She doesn't know where to turn. She's trying to, you know, affiliate herself with other people, and that's not a good thing to do. Just I can't understand that, because I'm quite happy on my own. I'm quite happy, and you know, people can mock me for my views or whatever, but I can speak to whoever I want to speak to. I can have on my channel whoever I want to. I'm happy with that. I don't need to affiliate myself with somebody. But I think as far as FFG goes, the reason why I wouldn't come for her is because I agree a lot with what
me too. That's the annoying thing. Like I think again, it's how she maybe says things, but I talking points a lot of the time are literally on point, and I do agree completely.
Yeah. And I can't, you know, what am I going to come for her for? I don't think that she is cow tipping or anything like that. All these accusations.
Can I ask a question completely off? Are you, I can ask where you're from, right? In Britain, like what area, or you know
London.
how we're talking about accents last time?
Yeah, I'm in South. I'm in the south of England.
No, because I was telling Rhiannon about the show that I mentioned one time. Like there was a show where these people are like a reality show dating and everything. Is it Towie? What is it?
Towie. It's not dating though. Towie's a reality show.
Yeah. So is it really popular there? Because right now when Jan was talking, when she goes, whatever, like it sounded like the same thing.
That's called The Only Way. Towie is short for The Only Way is Essex. So they all come from Essex.
Oh my God. I didn't even know. Okay. I didn't even No, because I was listening to them, and it's been a while, so I just thought, is that Essex? Before I knew about this, not all of them, I'm sure, are from obviously the same area, but it was just funny how when you were saying, you know, like your mother, you know, when they talk about that.
Oh, it's like your mother, your fucking mother,
your mother. He's and like it was just funny.
Paul Mitchell. Paul, get out of my fucking pub. Fucking hell.
It's like a lot of them speak with it's a completely different sentence structure. And
I wouldn't even want to. I just know some of the words.
You can't put sentences together. That's what that is.
Yeah, well, the girls that were sitting down, like Amba and her whatever friend, and then you know it was just very
fucking Amba. There's always got to be fucking in between it. Fucking is a fucking fucking Amba.
Do you girls? I wanted to just go over quickly before we finish. I just want to see if Edna's still awake. Are you still awake, sweetheart?
You're right, darling. Wake up.
Yes, I'm still here.
You're still there.
I'm here.
I know it's
with the distant relatives. We won't be coming in.
You'll be standing outside because
Edna, you're having your cup of tea.
She's on the tractor trying to piss everybody off.
Right now, you know, I'm going to address the elephant in the room, which is, you know, listen, Edna. I think the world of her. I don't judge her, and we have a good friendship. She tells me off if I say something like she did earlier today. She went, No, Jan. So yeah, we've sort of got to that stage. So for those of you that feel that well, what's Jan doing with her on the channel when when I'm talking about Monty and everything, because we all know that that Edna goes into Monty. Now what I want you to all understand is I'm an adult and Edna's an adult, and wherever she chooses to go is none of my business. And she doesn't speak ill of me. I don't speak ill of her, and I don't question her. Well, I have questioned her in the past, and I'm happy with her answer. So if anyone's got a problem with that, then I'm sorry, but
I don't have I'm just wondering what her thoughts are when she's there and he's like doxing, like what is that, I'm not trying to put you on
do you
the
want
spot,
to
but
answer that, Edna, or
if
would
you
you
want
rather
to
we
answer
move
it,
on?
but I'm very
So
curious.
I don't. Yeah, I just have a different, I guess, approach to girl world in general. Like, I don't really look at it. I look at it as like a soap opera, including the creators to a certain extent.
But
So, and
I can imagine that, Edna. But this is like, this isn't a soap opera with the doxing. That is actually real life, and where real
yeah, but I
people get
mean,
involved.
I'm not gonna follow up on anything.
No, but if
I'm
it
not
No,
was
but
gonna
you're not.
you,
But
accuse
if it
people.
was you, I mean, I'm being on and serious. Like I know it, because like she
That's
said,
why I'm not sharing my information.
and I
Yeah.
didn't share my
But the thing is,
information.
it goes both ways though for some of these people.
yeah,
Like
no,
the
someone
thing is,
gave
I
the
don't know.
information. Yeah,
I didn't share my
I don't know
information.
your backstory, like I really just don't take it that seriously. But I don't like I'm not gonna judge you based off of what he said. I'm not gonna judge him. I just take it for what it is. That's all.
Yeah, but honestly, I'm gonna say something because I'm gonna say I'm not. I can't be fake. I can't. I'm a fierce friend, and but to me, if it was happening to you, trust and believe you would not be saying the same tune. Like, oh, because I could sit there and say, oh, it's not happening to me. It's just, it goes both ways, but it's like straight up doxing. It's not like he's just reacting to us and like, oh, that's not true what they said, and here's the receipt and that. But if I now put your information on there, and I never shared my information, if I was sharing my information, that's one thing. But
no,
Mhm.
we know who did it.
so there's a line, like that's why it does, because like I said, we could be in other people's chats and whatever. I don't care who chat you go to, but this guy it's doxing. Like if it happened to you and your information's on there, I never wanted my information on there. Nobody wants their information on there. So that's it would be a different thing. And I'm not saying that to attack you. I'm just saying, believe me, if it was happening to you and one day you woke up and you saw things that are close to you, like your church or whatever it is, or other things, you would.
And it's not saying about like not like watching him. I mean, because I still watch, obviously, because I'm watching for what he says. So it's not like he still gets the views from me if I want to be real. But I obviously don't. I mean, I know a lot, but I'm engaged in the chat, obviously. And it's not even about you being in
I
the
don't know.
chat.
Maybe I'm just messy. I don't.
There's been
I
again,
don't
there's
share
been
what I don't want going around. But also, I will hope that the people that I have shared sensitive information with wouldn't
well,
release it, and they haven't. Like I try not to.
this is the thing. This is the
Yeah.
thing, Edna. This is the thing. That's exactly what happened to Farida. Exactly what happened to Farida, where they had
Yeah.
friends, when meeting up in real life, even real life friends, and to get revenge. And Monty has done that plenty of times to other people, plenty of times. And the thing is, if you think that you're inept from it, you are highly mistaken. Again, he was like that with
No, I'm
Timber.
not. But that's the thing. I'm not that involved. Like
You
even with
think,
the
but neither
that I,
was Farida. Neither was Farida.
yeah.
But
Exactly.
it only takes one
I mean, we live and
person.
we learn. Yeah.
You can't. The thing is, Farida, if you live it, not Farida, Edna, if you live and learn, the fact is, you're putting out one tiny bit of information. It only takes one nutter to ring up or to send a message or anything like that. The thing is, you don't have to vocally say to Monty, I condemn it.
Mhm.
You don't have to do that. Just don't be at least
I think
visible.
everybody's in there is it like has the wrong impression. Like
No, I'm
Monty
not
isn't
saying
like,
that I'm not
we're
saying you
not.
have to condemn him. I'm not saying that. Listen, I'm not telling you to condemn him if you want to be in his chat. The thing is, if you're in his chat during a particular stream where he's doxing somebody, it's going to look
Mhm.
like you're advocating for it. So just don't be in that chat when he's doxing people, because then you
Listen, with
can't be
all due
tied to it then.
respect, I don't give a fuck what people think. They can think whatever they want. Like if I want to be in the stream watching it, I'm gonna watch it. And just because I say hi to people, whatever, doesn't mean that like I'm endorsing every single thing that somebody's saying. I'm just sitting there listening. It's background noise. It's what it could be a host of different things, but it's not that serious.
It really is when it affects everybody.
It's
I
fine.
know,
Like I said,
that's
it's
that's
some
the
people you can.
ongoing argument, I
Yeah.
think,
Oh
because
no, we're not going to get an argument. All I'm going to say is, if it happened to her, it would be
yeah,
if it was her and she was. If I wasn't right now, Edna, I
Just
would
be
not be
careful,
saying this.
Edna. That's all we'll say.
That's
Just be
all.
careful.
yeah,
But
Just be
you
careful.
know,
Just
yeah.
be careful. That's
And I
I mean,
all.
do you guys know something that I don't know? Like, what's going on? Are there rumors or like I'm confused? I
There
get
probably
that.
will be. We don't know. There probably is. You don't know.
No,
You
I
don't
yeah.
know
think
what people are saying. You
I
don't
think
know
what
if
the
Timber's
issue,
gone up to anyone. You don't know these things, and I don't know anything that's been said about you. But if I did know something that was spread about you, I would go and tell you. I would. Like, I'd find you contacting. I'd go maybe to Jan and go, look, Jan, this is what I've seen. Can you please tell Edna to protect herself? And if
Okay.
the thing is, if you piss off Monty, it's shown in a pattern of behavior. You piss him off one way or another, then he may turn, well, he's more likely to turn on you. And what all we're saying is, obviously, you've got to protect yourself. So you be in the chat,
Mhm.
fine. But when it does happen to you, if we suddenly turn around and go, oh, well, it doesn't fucking matter if a thing's gone out there. Oh, who gives a fuck? And then someone rings you up, someone gives you shit, all your information is out there. Oh, it doesn't matter. No one gives a fuck.
I
But we
think,
do give a fuck. We
yeah, I
care.
think the
Yeah,
thing is,
I hear
though,
what you're saying. Yeah.
I think
That's
the thing is, it's very much a case of, unless you've actually felt it yourself, it is difficult for
Yeah.
some people to understand that. And I think
Absolutely.
yeah, I
Edna
can
is
get
one of
that.
these people, and I'm not gonna hate on her for that.
No,
Edna
I
is
get that.
Edna, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now,
And trust me, we don't hate. Like, I'm not gonna. She
yeah,
seems like a sweet girl, and
Yes, you
yeah,
she
are.
likes tea, and it's
So do
yeah,
we.
but
That's
it's
why we
not.
do
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
exactly. But I'm not.
But I
I mean,
mean,
real tea. She was drinking tea, actual
but
tea.
Farida, I was doxed in a big way years ago, a couple of years ago,
That's
Mm-hmm.
terrible.
and
And
Fedora was one of
you
them,
still begrudge that, right?
and
Yeah,
I
which
still
Is
begrudge
that
it.
here and Girl World from somebody
yeah,
here?
No,
Oh my god.
well, it sort of came over to Girl World because Farida, the main person in it was Fedora,
yeah.
who's, well, I say the main person. She's the main person that's come over to this community, and with it she's brought a whole pack of lies saying that I've doxed her. So ironically, I'm the hated one because I'm supposedly doxed her, when in reality she was behind my dox, and it
Yeah,
was
that's
that
what you hear. It's
bad.
all back up. That's what you hear. It's all back up.
Yeah,
I wasn't there to see anything. I've just heard you did this and you did that, and I literally, I wish I was there to see myself,
yeah.
but I wasn't.
I did none of it. And do you know what is so hurtful about it is that in
Mm,
that time, they did a very good job, because what they did was, there was about, I'd say there was 6 or 8 of them, and
mhm,
they infiltrated all the, well, they used to go to all the live streams that I used to go to, and I was lucky enough to be a mod in some of them.
mhm.
But what would happen was, because they were attacking me on my channel, I would attack them back, on my channel. So, what they did was, they set up this, I mean, all I can say, it sounds trivial, but they set up on Twitter something called Ban Jan. It was a Ban
Oh
Jan
no.
hashtag. It's still there to this day.
Oh wow.
And what they did
I
was,
might go and
every
join
time
it.
they spoke about
Wow.
yeah. Well, that was one of the reasons I fell out with well, not one of the reasons, but another reasons why I dislike Vicky, because she started using the Ban Jan hashtag,
Oh,
and that
okay.
hurt.
Oh dear.
That
Oh,
hurt
right.
because people have no idea what I went
Well,
through.
obviously, she would have been told that as well, so it's
Yeah.
it's not like she would have been
Yeah.
told that, yeah.
Yeah, and there is a bit of a lap over. I know certain people who know about it, and I know also that Hussey
He finds
has
out
been
everything.
contacted by some people as well. So anyway, and I think, in all fairness, I think the with people like Edna who do see it just as a form of entertainment, they don't understand the real hurtful ramifications of what other people can do to you.
Mhm.
They came from my family, they came from my kids.
Yeah.
They
So
put
you've
my
seen it, so it's
name
if
out
anything,
there.
even just from, a personal protection side, it's very possible, Edna, when you think that you're not
Yeah.
exposing anything or you're not saying anything, it's just if there's behavior like
Yeah,
that going on
no,
just to protect yourself, that's all.
yeah, no, I understand that, how little information people would need, but it's like,
It's very little.
why would you wanna, I don't know, it's not,
I know it
It's
makes
I mean,
obvious.
it
no
is
that's the
curious because
reason,
it
it
would
makes
be if
no
more
sense.
information got out there, but it's like, I don't know,
Yeah,
It's
but
it's just an
Edna,
intimidation it's just an intimidation thing, and it's for no reason,
yeah,
like, really, there's been many people that I've seen on here that have been doxxed just for, if they advocate for someone that someone else doesn't like, and they've never even had a human interaction with them or a Twitter reaction, it's just literally, "Well, they support that person,
mhm.
so I'm going to dox them," and you've never spoken to
yeah,
them before, so it doesn't you don't have to do anything but to exist in girl world. That's it.
and that's
So,
why I
I know,
think
that's what's crazy.
yeah, exactly,
yeah,
it's not fair.
but I think sometimes you have to face the reality, Edna, and, there is a reality out there that is very toxic, and
Mhm.
it's more than just somebody calling someone, a fat cow. It's about infiltrating, someone else's family,
Yeah, I was gonna
you
say,
know,
especially when someone's got
and
kids, and a lot of us have got kids on here, like,
yeah,
Monty knew that Frida's got young
Yeah,
kids.
and that's
yeah,
that's my main issue here is like I said, and I with all due sorry, see you could hear my kid. um the problem is it's not even you. It's like it's funny, I didn't even think about myself. I thought about the people in my church and my own children, and that I never brought them on here and showed their face. I never mentioned anything, what, because I knew somebody that I was friends with. That's gonna be my my punishment for you to go search everything. So like I said, when people this happens to them, it would be a different tune, because I was always, like I said, I defended the guy when he was going through all of that. And but of course when he was exposed for being the terrible person he is, we obviously, everybody left him, and that's why his channel even tanked, like all the views, because of him being a liar. So I'm just saying you have to be careful, that's all, I guess.
yeah. I think, yeah, if you just
Okay.
see it as a warning, Edna, not as a slight to who
No,
you are,
because at the
I
end of
don't
the day,
want
Fair
It's
enough.
not Edna who's doxed Frida, is it? It's not
no,
Edna's
Exactly.
fault.
It's not about her personally. I mean, I'm not upset with you.
no.
You're not the one that doxed me. I'm just saying be careful, because a
I
lot of
mean, I
times, yeah.
understand where you can feel some kind of way because I am in chat watching.
Mhm.
So, if you didn't have an audience, then you have nobody to present it to. Like, I mean, I get it. It's
Yeah.
just, I don't know. I mean, it's messy.
It's
That's all.
it's well, it's kind of heartbreaking really because it's on so many different levels. I mean, I don't know the ins and outs of Farida's thing, but I've seen a few things going around. Um, and I'm one of these people, I don't jump on bandwagons, or hate wagons. I make my own mind up about people. Sometimes I'm wrong. And I get my fingers hurt, but um I think with the with the subject of doxing, I think you have to be aware that it's not just an internet thing. It goes further than that.
Yeah.
And yeah, and mine was about, what was it, about 3 or 4 years ago? Can't remember. And I still feel the pain from it. not for myself, but for my family,
Yeah.
because, they frightened my daughter and in turn my grandkids,
Yeah.
and that's when it
That's so
really
sad
does
that
get
it's
ill.
still, it's still affecting that. That's really scary. Like, because I don't know the extent of it. I don't know the issue with that girl Fedora and all that. I mean, I don't know them. Obviously, I believe you. You were doxxed, of course, but that's
Yeah,
terrible. It's especially like
it
you
was
said with your
awful.
children. That's terrible.
It was awful, and I still see the same people. They're still doing videos and, and well, I mean, I can name them. I've named them before. They've still got channels, they've carried on. But everyone, the thing I think that is really hard, and I don't know whether you've reached that point yet, Farida, because it seems to me that you are getting quite a lot of support about this. I got very little support, and I think it's because there were so many of them.
Mm.
And people didn't have the strength or the courage to say what they did was
I'm
wrong.
sorry that that happened to you, because going through it, I could only imagine what you went through. And
Mhm.
and I feel even worse that for you that you didn't have the support, because honest to God, like I said, just Rhiannon alone is such an amazing support. And then, even like Gigi doing that, and he didn't have to do
Yeah.
that, like
And
telling you
Gigi did a
Yeah.
all.
lot. I know obviously you
Yeah.
don't get on with him, but he didn't have to do what he did. He went above and beyond for us, and we needed that. We really, really did. And we're a small channel, means nothing, but it helped us a lot. So
You should stop saying that. It's a small channel, it means nothing, because it does mean something. It's
oh
your
no, it means
creation.
something to us, yeah. But I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
Yeah,
your
you guys
creation. It
have
doesn't matter.
you definitely have something going on here.
Yeah.
Don't diminish it like that.
no, I
So
hope so.
Mars Attack says, isn't it common sense that you can get doxed? The moment you enter the internet, that will always be a risk regardless.
But
Yeah,
it's
it
against
is.
the terms
Yeah.
of service
Hardly.
for a reason, and it's illegal in states and carries fines for a reason. So of course you can go and dig somebody and look through their information, but that doesn't mean, it's like, it's common sense. Don't punch somebody in the face, right? Does that, like, or it's common sense, don't go to a bad area in the dark. It's common sense, put your seatbelt on. I mean, it's like, I get that, but doesn't mean that it should happen to you. It doesn't mean like,
Yeah.
well, I'm not going to go online because that's why it's against the terms of service. That's why you can get your channel
Right.
taken down, because it's a no. You don't do that to people.
Yeah. I remember now. I mean, sometimes I forget what the catalyst of me being doxxed was. And one of the catalysts was that, I mean, there were quite a few little catalysts when I look back at it, but it was all the same group of people. But there were two girls in particular, right? And I call them girls because they're younger than me, but two women. They were both mothers. Okay. Now, I think I used to do my live streams at the time. And at the time, this one girl that I really thought was awful, called Marissa. Yeah, Marissa. She used to come on her live stream with a young baby attached to her hip,
Wow. Wow.
talking into the camera and screaming, effing and blinding and screaming into this camera,
Wow.
with this child like attached to her hip.
Wow.
And I said something on my channel. I made it be known that I thought that was terrible.
Well, yeah.
So I
Mhm.
then got labeled somebody who hated mothers,
Oh, for God's sake.
somebody who hated women, somebody who hated children. Now, alongside that was somebody else who had small children. Now, she is now known as EERIE Pepperoni.
I,
At
I
the
knew I
time,
knew I knew that, right. I know
yeah,
where you cut where the what's it called? The community where it's come. Yes, okay, I know
yeah.
now.
So you know the community, right? They
Yeah,
were
the
so
karma.
vile,
Karma. Was she
so
called
vile.
was she called
Yeah,
the
so
karma one?
yeah, so
Yeah. Okay.
EERIE Pepperoni was best friends with this Marissa. She also had
Oh,
2 small children, okay?
yes.
Now, she was very feisty, very mouthy, at the time, I think she had 3 different names. There was one that was Karma. I know
Yeah.
that one before, was it Champagne Toast or something?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do remember
Zena?
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they were all sort of, we were more in the drama community at the
That's
time.
what.
So we would be talking about Jeffree Star,
But then
Rick
there was
Love.
so is this the area where it was you had the
Yeah,
beauty channels, then you had the drama channels, then you had the
yeah,
drama channels
yeah,
with
yeah,
with Oracle and all them and that. Oh, begins with
yeah,
F. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm on the right
yeah.
page. Okay.
So I was more sort of in the Rich Lux and,
Oh,
well, I
okay.
was more in the
Dusty Daily.
drama, okay? And that's another reason why I used to talk about Peter Mon, because he was in the
Yes.
drama community, okay?
Yes.
So that's like the links, okay?
Okay.
Now, Fedora used to float about in there as well, and so did a lot of these other people. Now, EERIE Pepperoni was one of the really mouthy ones as well. And running alongside me saying that this Marissa should not be filming with a newborn baby attached to her hip, screaming into the camera, they all decided they're going to start labeling me this, that, and the other. Okay. And oh, do you remember that guy called, who was the one that used to use the right, Shelby?
Oh
Do you
God,
remember?
yes. Oh,
Yes, right. So it was at that time. I tell you what, guys, you think girl world's bad. You should have been in this community. I'm
that was
telling you,
vicious. Yes.
it was fierce.
Because he
I'm
brought his
telling you.
husband into it as well, didn't he?
That's right.
Yeah, I
Anyway,
remember.
so this EERIE was one of the gobby ones as well, this EERIE Pepperoni. And she started coming for me and calling me names and saying this, that, and the other. And she was in on the Ban Jan thing as well, with this guy called Jamie, who
Jamie
has
Corbin.
since gone completely off the rails and turned religious.
No, has he
Oh,
really?
yeah.
Oh.
He's gone completely religious now, so the girls have dropped him. Anyway, getting back to EERIE, she was like the really gobby one. Now, at one point, she was having a fight. EERIE was having a fight with Shelby. Am I right? I think I'm right, Xena. And she put up this video. I don't know if you saw it, Xena, where she was screaming and crying down the phone in front of the camera. Actually, I'm going to get it up for you now because somebody has actually done it here.
No way.
And when I saw this video, oh no, hang on one sec. Let's go back there. When I saw this video, I couldn't believe that a mother could do this. Now, this is EERIE Pepperoni. All right. There she is. Right, let's stop this. Right. Now, this is how she used to do her live streams. Okay, do you remember this, Xena? When she'd sit in the corner.
Oh, yes, I remember this. Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah. She'd sit in the corner of her kitchen.
I saw this video from like a little bit in the beginning of it. I didn't know what it was about. Like,
oh, yeah. She was having an argument with somebody. It wasn't with me. She was having an argument with somebody. And this is how she reacted. Now, the thing that really affected me was that she had small children running around her, and they were saying, "Mummy, please stop. Mummy, please stop. Don't be upset," and blah, blah, blah. So this is the reason I got doxed, because me and my big mouth said that this woman should not be filming when her children are running around her.
Are you serious?
No, that's how I got doxed. I'm telling you.
Wow.
You couldn't make it up.
That is correct. I remember she would come on Monty's panel, and she was like feisty Latina. She was nice to me. So obviously, like I said, she didn't. So I didn't know her, but
I didn't find her funny at all.
I
really didn't.
No, but I
honestly.
didn't. What all I knew was she had mentioned one time that she was in another community, and then her family, somebody was going after her kids, and they doxed
Oh
the kids and
God.
doxed like all this terrible stuff that I felt bad for. In another community, they I guess people were going after her, but I didn't know the
That was in the
backstory.
drama community, and in the end, they turned on her.
Yeah, because when
And
her friend, she was really close with Gary. She was really close with
yeah,
Dre.
Dre. I don't know what happened to Dre.
Well, he
He
came on. He was doing Girl World stuff, wasn't he?
was he?
Yeah, he was on Monty's panel because everyone loved him, and then he started doing his own stuff, and them two were like thick as thieves. And all of a sudden, I remember on Twitter, he just was coming after EERIE like mad. So I don't know what happened there because
Oh,
them three were all close. It was
But
Gary.
why were they? Why did they turn it? I mean, if it's a long
No
story,
idea. I've no idea. I never
what
looked
was
right
why
into it.
did
Nothing
what
was online.
happen?
I
like,
don't
what's her
know.
deal with EERIE? Like, what? I feel like Rhiannon told me this, but it was a while back.
Right, okay, I'll tell you the deal with Gary in a minute. Let me just play
Oh
this.
no,
It's
no,
only,
this EERIE. I don't
yeah.
really know.
Now, okay, now EERIE back in the day was friends with Gary, but
Yeah.
I was also very friendly with Gary.
Where's
I
Gary
thought
gone?
he was like a brother to me. Okay.
Who
We used to
Gary?
talk, yeah, Gary.
Oh, right.
We used to talk every day. FaceTime. I know everything about Gary. I know everything that I'm not going to talk on. I'm not going to give his secrets away. But we also met because we were both in the mental health community.
That's where I
Okay.
thought you all
And
came from originally, yeah.
yeah, we were, but we also were in the other community, the drama community.
Okay.
Listen, we're being honest here now. One of the reasons I broke up with Gary is because when I was doxed and they did that video on me, Gary said, "Don't worry about it, Jan, I've got it. So when you ever want to expose the doxers, I'll just ask me for it and I'll send you the video." So I said,
Wow.
"All right then." So months and months later, it was around about, I don't know, a couple of years ago. I said to him, "Oh, Gary, can I have that video?" And oh, that's it. He told me he was talking to Karma. I call her Karma, all right, but her name is EERIE, whatever. And he said to me, he said, "Oh, I'm talking to EERIE," and I went, "Really? Why are you talking to her?" Because remember, I was doxed by her. Gary knew I was doxed by her. So that was a bit of a like, I felt like a knife in the back from
Yeah.
Gary.
Yeah.
But then he kept saying, "No, it's all right, Jan, it's fine, we're fine, we're fine." But when I asked him for the video, he refused to give it to me. He said, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know where it is now." I went, "What?" I said, "Gary, you told me you would have that video for me." "Oh, yeah, well, blah, blah." And then he started an argument about something, called me this, that, and the other,
Wow.
and that was it. And that's why I broke up with
Wow.
Gary.
I didn't know you knew him and stuff. Wow.
Oh
Is he
God,
even
yeah.
has he left now
I
completely?
sent him things and I never send people anything. I said he was into Funko Pops. And
Okay.
my son had 2 Funko Pops of the same girl that Gary really liked. So I sent it all the way over. So I know where he lives. I've got his address. I know him. He was like my brother.
Yeah.
And
See,
it's the
like,
same
can
with
I just say
her.
something? You know how you just said, oh, sorry, you guys can hear me. I thought I messed up.
No, we
That's
can
great.
hear you.
Just like you said, how you have his address and all that. I have address of people on Girl World when you get close to them, but
Yeah,
there is no way on this God's earth that I would ever stoop to that level
same.
and dox them. There is just no way that I'm gonna go
Exactly.
on and do something like, oh, they lied about this, so look, that's where their
Yeah,
family is. This is where their kid is, and this is where because yeah, you know how like Monty does,
yeah.
because can you imagine? It's just I
I
just
know where
believe in
all of them
karma.
live.
Yeah.
I know where all of them lives. I know
Maybe
where
they think because you're from Britain that
Gary
you're not
lives.
much of a threat.
Yeah.
No, it's because they know deep down I'm a decent person
Mm.
and I wouldn't do that. But I know where Gary lives. I know where Dee Higgins lives. I know where Carsten lives. And I would never, ever share it with anyone. Ever.
Well, we
Because
know
I'm
with
not
like Farida, because
like
like we knew how the information got, and I asked her, and she was like, there was only 2 people, so, and I was one of them. So, and I was saying to her like, it wasn't me, I promise. And she was like, I don't even think, you didn't even think it was me, obviously. But I just felt like, I've sent Farida things, and we've sent like done the USA boxes thing and that. We've done all that stuff, and we've even said before with each other that because we've both been burnt before, that we know what it's like, and if something
just would never do
catastrophic was
it.
to happen between us, the kind of characters that we are, we wouldn't do, because even if she absolutely hated me, she knows I have children, I know she has children, and we would never put our kids in danger. So
Yeah,
even if she
I would
couldn't stand
never,
me,
I would
no.
gladly, and that's why it was sad to me with the other thing, which is it honest to God is behind me. It was already behind me before that people, because they were spoon fed a story that, oh, it's about the money or whatever, when I never even asked for any money or anything like that. For the love of God, I was giving Timber money and she still owes me, but whatever, it's money gone. I'm going to pretend I gambled it or whatever.
You can't ask for her money back when it's a birthday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's an interesting story, Mars. An interesting question, and I agree with you. So much personal information seems to be shared among people. At what point do you know you can trust someone online? Do you know it's saying that is like saying, okay, so I've met this couple in the pub or wherever, and they seemed like really nice people, and we were chatting, we were talking about our kids and blah de blah de blah. Now, why does it have to be different when you're online? Why does it have to be that if you do share things with people that you have to worry about if you
I said
block
this
them?
exact conversation today, Jan, of like, it's crazy in the real world. So if someone comes up to you and goes, oh, I've got cancer, or or what, something catastrophic like that, the first thing you do is that, oh my goodness, are you okay? You believe them that someone would say something like that. If it's in this space, oh, I've got cancer, I need your medical records, I need the receipts. And then even when you show them, it's like, oh, well, I think you've doctored it, and they'd have to find where it's from on the source.
That's
Unless
why you should never give
you
anybody.
don't even believe that you've died unless there's an obituary that's come out, or that you like literally there's like a gravestone thing. That's what it's like here. They don't believe anything because
It's
absolutely, yeah.
not.
people
It's
lie
not.
about dying. People lie about cancer on here just to get money and notoriety. In your real life, you see someone there, like, you will go and help them straight away. It's morale to do so.
And
So
and
when
by the way, I even admitted, like, on my own, I didn't say, oh, she asked me for money like Timber.
no,
I
you offered.
I actually said, I can help you, until you can or whatever. And on her own, I think she didn't know this or didn't look back or whatever. She didn't do her homework. On the text that I showed, that I provided in the messages, she said, I told you I'm going to pay you back Saturday when I get paid. And I wasn't even, by the way, I didn't even want it that early. I was fine. Like, I didn't care about the money, but for you to, like, immediately, as soon as you took my money, by the way, she was nice to me the whole time. And we would talk here and there. And I told her she wants to come on panel, not to be like a regular, just, I was going to have different people at the time. I was getting ideas of what to do with the channel at the time when I was going to try to do it alone. I was going to just ask her as a guest. She made it out like I wanted to steal her from Monty. And I thought, what? Like, you're not that special, lady. But but it was just funny because she didn't realize that she said that. And then the reason she got caught, or she lies, because as soon as she got.
Oh, we've lost you.
Sorry, my phone was. When you get a call, I hate it. I forgot to put it on Do Not Disturb. As soon as I got the money, as soon as she got the money, excuse me, she blocked me even on Cash App. So what does that tell you? That, and she lied and said that she told Monty. Oh, she said that she didn't get the money. She didn't know she got it, but you got it that same day, and you blocked me. So that, and there's receipts of her on the Cash App that I showed where she replies with a heart. And I even,
Yeah.
and as soon as she gets the money, lo and behold, she never talks to me. She blocks me everywhere. We were fine the whole time. We never had issues. It wasn't like we were talking 24/7. She was telling me about, oh, get your money, go get your money. And I have this guy that he buys memberships for people. And she's telling me all this stuff about how she gets whatever the memberships or what she does, and how Monty was annoying her and controls her computer, something like that. But I didn't care about that with her and Monty. I didn't care. I just thought she was cool to talk to. But that is a lesson learned, of course, that you can't really trust and go, you have to be really careful with people.
I
That goes for
know.
anywhere, online
It's
or
like
offline.
well, when you said how long it would trust, I mean, I've known Jan for a while, but speaking, it's not been very long, and I've already sent her some pictures. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I've seen Xena's kids. There's
Yeah.
no way anybody else is going to see them.
No,
Do you know what I mean? I don't care if me and Xena fall out next week.
Mhm.
I'm not putting her kids up, and I
No.
wouldn't do that.
No,
Ever.
and there's certain people, like I think with Farida, it was about, I think after about 2 or 3 weeks, we just like it was instant pretty much. And then because we were talking on Instagram, and they only have it was like a minute message.
Oh God.
And then we were sending, oh my God, could you imagine now?
Oh,
we were
God.
sending messages, there'd be loads of them, and then we're like, shall we just move this over to WhatsApp maybe? And this must have been about 3 months. And she was like, oh yeah, why didn't I even think of it? So then we went to WhatsApp, and obviously it was, but now that's better for us because we leave half an hour voice message.
I know. I'm like, when I drive to my anywhere that my daughter's school or back, I'm like, or when I wake up for my coffee at 6 a.m, I'm like, yay, I got something from Xena to listen to.
Oh, that's so
Yeah,
nice.
but you can still do it on Instagram, because that's how I used to.
Oh, but Instagram, after a minute, you have to stop. So sometimes I'm talking, and I used to do that, and then I'm looking down oh, darn it, it's already been a minute.
No, you can do FaceTiming.
Oh, no, I mean, sometimes when, how you want to send, we're not at the same, say she's asleep, or I'm, we, we're talking about voice messages. Yeah.
Because sometimes me and Edna would do it, but then we talk for so long.
Well, we do. We normally have because we pretty much would leave the voice messages to each other, because it's usually we have it on as we're hands free doing everything else. So a lot of time we can't just physically pick up the phone and speak to each other. It's literally with, and obviously the time difference as well.
Do it on Instagram. Try it. If you do it from, you don't have to do the FaceTime bit. It will just show. It will just be like a phone call. But it's
just turn the camera off.
Yeah, do it as a camera, but then you don't want to show your face, so you've just got
we used to call on Instagram
on there. You can
we did.
on there.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we used to call on Instagram. It was just the messages, because even the because when I used to talk, and I would talk with Veronica or the girls or the other, when we would send each other videos, same thing. It has to be less than a minute, or it won't load. That was another annoying thing. Where WhatsApp.
That's if you leave a message, though. That's if you leave a message. But if you actually use the phone call facility, then you can talk for hours.
No, we do. We've done that before. It's just that because we use WhatsApp, it's just now easier to also call there.
We can pick up the message. We can pick up the voice messages whenever then. It's just,
I see. Yeah.
So it's just more just actual voice messages.
See, I'm the type of person that if I've got to that stage with you, I class you as a friend. All right, you can say it's like a online friend. I don't know, but with that, for me, comes a certain amount of trust. And that
Frida's my sister. I've already said it however many times. Frida is literally my sister. So
absolutely.
I can believe that. But I
think
we
talk to each other more than our own families. It's sad, but it's true.
It's very true.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, because you can have a meeting of the soul. I believe that. I've got a friend that I'm very lucky to have, who we're exactly the same. We call each other soul sisters. But I think what I think is really difficult with it being online is that if you do choose the wrong person, you don't know whether they're going to do that to you afterwards. And I think, so that person
And
that
some people
asked,
do find out, and that's what
some people
happens quite
do
often.
find out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I've had situations. It's like when Hussey came for D. I was talking to Dee then. We were
Yeah.
talking all the time on Instagram, and I saw how broken she was by that.
Did that
And what
surprise you, the whole thing with Dee, with how she, being so against Negs and that, to then obviously we always for DC, but the way that she went over, and then
I
obviously with
know.
Tragic and all that, does that really surprise you?
Oh my God.
Considering how you knew her.
Yeah, I still
Yeah.
can't believe it to this day.
Yeah.
And, it
Really
was
out of
hard for
character.
me because that was a friendship that I had that I
Yeah.
thought, was genuine.
Mhm.
We used to talk about everything. She knows who my kids are. I know
Mhm.
who hers are. We've exchanged pictures, blah, 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 blah. But so for me to have somebody, and this sounds really childish, but for me to have somebody who decides that they value somebody else more than you is,
Mm.
and I say it like that because she knew how strongly I
Ye
felt about
yeah.
Negs. She
Yes.
knew, and I was honest with her. And when we were first friends, she used to say, "Oh, you're closer to DC than I am," which I didn't really think I was. But she was always like, "Oh no, well, I don't really DM with DC." So I was like, "Oh,
Mm.
don't you?" And she's like, "No, no." Well, I did a little bit, but it was always on surface level. There's
Mm.
a difference. It was always on surface level. So anyway, when it got to the point where both her and Carlston were trying to say to me, "Oh, give him a chance, Jan. Just give him a chance."
Mm.
And I was like, "No, no
I
way."
think when it got to as well, like DC,
Yeah,
she
I
kind of
just
very much made up her mind where she said, "If you don't support Negs, you don't support me." She couldn't
exactly.
able to have that divide of like, okay, I can understand why you don't like Negs, but we'll still be friends. She was very much that me and Negs are a package, and if you don't like Negs, then you can't be with me either. And that's what she
Yeah,
did. And I think she would have had a lot more support if she would have allowed people to make that decision of like, I want to support you as you, but I just can't support him right now. And then, over time, if he would have shown that he's willingly changed, then yeah, maybe people would have come around to the idea. But she practically forced people to accept Negs.
Can I say,
yeah.
like, how I always tell, I always keep asking, how did those two get together? It's still,
No idea.
but the reason I'm more, I don't know the lady too much. I never watched her before in Negs, but obviously I knew about him. Then I saw clips of him, and even now being blatantly racist, saying the N-word and
Oh,
all
it's
that.
just
How does
horrible.
somebody who was a liberal feminist, I'm a minority, I'm I'm for the small people, I'm for the whatever, how do you justify, like, how somebody just, I want to ask her, how is that okay with you that your partner is out there calling himself, or remember he was saying the N-word, and just, and then
Yeah.
and then saying that Black people are uh, uh, problematic, or what did he didn't say that word, he said it worse, like he
Well, we were all fighters or something,
yeah,
wasn't it?
it was terrible. Like, how do you
Mm.
support that? How I don't
I mean, the
understand.
latest live he was doing was literally just saying how white people and Jewish people are like the minority, and then basically just showed a load of videos of
Mhm.
these Black kids hurting a white kid and just saying, it's because of the color of the skin why they're so violent, when that isn't the case. There's a social economic background, there's education, there's environment, all that factors that come into it, but they just take it as like, oh no, they're Black, they're violent. And that was the spew that he was trying to put onto his chat yesterday, and it was incredibly disgusting. But what do you expect of Next?
It was rank. It was terrible. I'm just looking to see if I've got the DMs I had with DC where I said to her, "Look,
I remember you
you
said it
know."
from the get-go. I remember you being
Yeah,
in there
I
and
said
was
to
saying, like,
her,
"I can't support Next."
yeah, I just said, "Look, I can't." I will always stand by you, but I cannot stand behind. I can't accept next. I
Yeah.
said, but it's on a different account. It's on my other Twitter account that I haven't got on here. But I'm just looking at when we used to talk.
Mhm.
Um, okay, there's this bit here where I've said to her, when was this? 2021. Let me see. See, I don't think I've got the other account on here that I could show you, which is a shame because I would show you it.
Please don't expose yourself to me, Jan. I'm not quite ready yet.
Yeah. I said something like, did you catch the Hussy Negs live? She put some of it. I was appalled. Hussy did zero research and let Negs lie over and over.
Is that
Why
what
the
you put or
hell?
what DC put?
That's what DC put.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what she put. Hang on, let's
Oh.
show you. Right, but this
Oh,
is
I
a
love
this is I've got a couple of accounts.
God, showing the receipts.
Yeah, what's that there? What's that bit? Oh no. Right, so yeah, so I put fuck. Hussy has lost the plot with his latest video. And then I put the link up. Did you catch the Hussy live? And she put, this is her in the black. Some of it, I was appalled. Hussy did zero research and let Negs lie over and over. Why the hell? And then she put, why the hell would you have Negs on for a talk anyway? What can anyone hope to learn from a man whose only goal in life is to be an instigating MAGA 4chan wannabe? Now, this is in 2021. This is July.
That's my, and do you know what? She was such an advocate for like the vaccine and stuff, whereas he was an advocate for not having it for an anti-vaccine. And it's like we said about today about her and Ben Shapiro. Well, at least we've got two things in common that he's a vaxxer and about the Jews. But it was just funny of like you are so against people that are anti-vaxxers, but you're with someone who's an anti-vaxxer. It makes no sense.
I know. So here it's just going on about Hussy coming for D. Higgins. He even had the nerve to do an unboxing of the necklace. Do you remember when Hussy was doing that? Oh,
Yep.
Hussy went all negs on him, demanding.
I love how negs is like a verb now. Negs is
Oh.
used as a verb.
Right, so she said, I told him when I talked to him the other week that there are times he opens his mouth and I can hear negs and tragic words come out. He didn't like that. Hussy is insane. He'll need plenty of luck with his new audience. I warned him to be careful since he's ban evading. He didn't appreciate that either. Yeah, so but on my other account is where I actually said to her that I can't stand by that guy, so
No.
awful. Did I answer that one?
I think people look for communities. I think people just look for a sense of belonging, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I think they do.
And especially during COVID as well, a lot of people congregated even more together, and I think it's just not letting go of that. So it's just finding a self-being.
Yeah. Right, okay. This is someone else. This is another one. I can show you some of my doxers. Why not? Now there's this girl. Oh no. This is somebody else. I don't know how she is now. I won't share that one. Let's see who else I've got in here. This is like my bigger account that I don't generally use for YouTube. No, there's a few famous people in there, so we won't do that.
Famous.
Yeah, so so is there anything else you want to add, girls, before we head off?
No, I think we just, I suppose we'll keep things updated if we hear anything. But we're just carrying on. We're doing this weekend because it's Thanksgiving over there. So Frida's gonna do. We're gonna do a menu. We're gonna put it out there, aren't we?
Yes.
When you finished it, yeah. So with
What
Yeah,
time are you live tomorrow?
we're not. It'll probably be around like 10:30 my time, maybe a bit later, something like that. But we're doing Jeopardy as well, Girl World Jeopardy. So
Oh, nice.
in between of like Farida cooking, you know, of like the bits
in
that
my
don't
really expensive kitchen.
exactly. Well, in a really
Listen,
expensive
I've been looking
kitchen.
at houses. That kitchen does. Well, you say you're a contractor, so you'll be able to like fix up
Actually,
this
I
place.
did. I think since we talked, I changed my stovetop to a bigger one and the hood. So I guess Monty, you know, but he's saying it's dingy. So hey, you know.
I wish.
It always makes me laugh how some of these creators, you know, they've got such a hate for you that they're just gonna come on and say absolutely anything, you
Yeah,
know, to make you seem as if you're a horrible, useless individual, when in
absolutely.
fact, you know, they're the ones that are horrible and useless. But I didn't play that video. Did you want me to play it, or should we just head off now? We've been
What
on for a
video?
while.
What video?
The one with EERIE.
It's up to you.
Oh,
It's
let's
up to
play
you.
it.
You.
Because
Yeah,
that's quite an interesting one to see.
Yeah, we could play that one if you
Because
want. It's up to you, of course.
she's come back as, you know, somebody completely different, but I think a lot of people understand that there's something underlying there that's not so pleasant. And yeah, that's why at every opportunity I will say to people, steer clear of her. Because and you know, getting back to it, I just want to remind you that the only reason I was doxed was because I spoke up about this, because I thought it was just awful for a mother to do. And you know, I'm
Do
very
these people that when they doxed you, was it like a Monty type of straight up like on the channel, or you know how
no, it
people
was
try
a
to
real sort of harassment thing.
Ugh.
And in the end, the two main ones, which was this one, which was EERIE stroke Karma, whatever name she goes with, and Marissa, and her channel is called Not Another Housewife. Now,
right. That's what I yeah. I couldn't
she was
remember. Yeah, I remember that now.
awful. And maybe one day we'll take a trip down memory lane and
Is that with
have a look.
Metamorphosis Rocks and all that
Yes,
stuff as well?
she was there as well.
Okay.
As I say, there was at least 8 of them, and what they did, Farida, was they got Marissa's husband, who's a nasty racist piece of shite, who also got in trouble for doing a blackface video. I don't know if you remember that, Xena. He blacked up and people didn't like it, and he was really racist. Anyway, they got him to do a video threatening myself and my kids,
Oh
basically.
my God.
Yeah, that's what they did. And there was like, it was well put together. They had like screaming going on in the background, and they put up all picture of my kids, and this is what'll happen if you don't leave, you know, the girls alone in this community. And it was vile. It was vile. And that's why I wanted to keep it. And that's where, you know, Gary let me down big time for whatever reason. God knows what his reasons were. So, okay, Xena, let me know when you're back, darling, and then I can play it. I don't want to play it while Xena's
I
not
didn't
here.
even pay attention that she stepped away.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, my dinner, thanks to you guys, I just finished dinner because, you know, when you're on, I had a rough day, so I was taking a break, but I'm like, it's Friday, they can eat this late, it's fine. So thanks for distracting me while I, you know, cook and clean.
Oh, that's all right. You know, but I think, you know, it's like there's so much that goes on, and as much as people sort of think that girl world is bad, Trust me, there's other communities that
Yeah,
are
I
just
used
as
to be in
bad.
the watch the beauty one when what's her name, like James Charles and Jeffree Star, and what's her name, Tati, and the whole, and Rich Lux kind of
Yeah.
showing that, and then oh my god, that was too much. The drama, it stopped being about makeup, it was all about the drama with these
Oh,
people,
it was
so it
awful.
was crazy, the whole Bye Sisters, and I don't know, you remember that
Yeah.
video? I mean, that was, and I like Tati, so I don't know, I know some people maybe they don't, but she always seemed nice,
She
you
always
know.
seemed all right to
Yeah.
me. I don't know why they didn't like her. I mean, I actually like Jeffree Star. I can't help it. I just think as a self-made man, he's done really, really well for himself. But a lot of people don't like them.
Yeah, well, a lot of people, James Charles, even now, he's constantly on, talked about constantly. I mean,
Yeah.
they're always talking about him, and on. I guess he's still doing stuff. I have no idea. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but yeah,
Oh,
it
I
was.
think there's always, you've only got to watch Peter Mon, because remember, he was one of the biggest channels that used to react to them. And he was always coming for Jeffree Star.
Yeah, he. The thing with him is, if I used to try to watch him, but he would just talk too much, not get to the point. Like it was
Yeah.
just like it wasn't. I mean, nothing against him. And then I felt bad. I heard something about a car accident with him, and
Yeah.
obviously wish him well. And but it was just like I couldn't. Sometimes I would watch, but sometimes it wasn't really straight to the point. Like it was just too much,
Yeah.
talking, I guess.
Yeah, he would waffle for too much. But I think one of the reasons I started responding to him was that I used to see him trying so hard to get in with the big um channels, like with
Oh.
Jeffree Star. And he went to meet quite a few of them sometimes, and it was so funny the way they treated him. And Rich Lux as well. I mean, I've never got Rich Lux at all. I've never understood him at all. But
I liked him when he would say like, oh, she was a good woman, but she was a liar, like, but then, but then what happened was, how he became friends with, Nick Snyder and
yeah.
what's his name? I don't know if they're fiancés
Oh,
anymore.
Dustin Daly.
Justin Daly. But the thing is with Rich Lux is people started saying that he was too, what's the word? Like his friend, he had a best friend that went against him, which I didn't like that. Forgot his
Who
name.
did?
It was he would do drag. He was a best friend of his, like he would
Oh
do,
yeah.
he he
Massic. Oh, what's her
wait,
name?
I forgot, then I have to look it up. Anybody in the
Massacre. Luscious Massacre.
Yes, yes, yes. And because he said that he taught him the, it's big, the house or something, how he would say
Yeah.
like, the house or whatever. But I just, people started saying that he, supposedly that Rich Lux was too like, getting it to his head, the fame or something, just by this.
Yeah.
But I always felt he was trying to be neutral. So I don't have a problem with him, but I just liked the old him more.
Yeah.
But
Do you still watch him? What's he doing now?
I stopped. It's been some time. Oh, he did something with Eugenia Cooney, but oh my God, people went after him.
Pictures.
I'm sorry?
I saw pictures.
Yeah,
but
I didn't watch it, but
it.
knowing him, and then he took it back. So I just watched a channel talk about this very quickly, that he did, all they said was he did an interview with Eugenia Cooney, and I know he's always tries to be neutral, like I said, but he, like he's been talked about Amberlyn Reed, but in the end, he just got tired of, he actually said his mind, but he's still nice. He's still a nice guy, like the way he tries to come about it. But he said that he doesn't see a problem with Eugenia. He didn't see she had a problem, but then people gave him like, he got backlash for that. Cause hello, obviously anybody could see with the naked, with their eyes, what's going on with Eugenia Cooney. And then he backtracked, or he changed it and said something about like he doesn't something about not associating with her, or I don't quote me with that last one, but he was like saying that he doesn't agree with her or something,
But wasn't Shane Dawson in the picture as well?
Shane Dawson, that was in the very
No, I've seen a picture. I've seen a picture very recently of Shane Dawson and Rylan with
What?
with Eugenie and Jeffree Star.
Where was this?
I don't know. You must be able to find it.
I'll look
saw
it up, but interesting. No, because remember how he did the video with her, but everybody even said that therapist was a terrible one, whatever she was. Like, she wasn't really like, she got backlash too. You know, when Shane Dawson did the whole thing about Eugenia when she came out of rehab, it really wasn't a good video. Like, it wasn't a good, he got backlash later for it when people started going after him too. But it's just sad with her. But yeah, Rich got a lot of flack for him saying that she seems like she's totally fine, or he thinks she's totally fine.
Which, how can they say that though?
It's sad, because I don't think I just get angry. The reason I get angry, it's like, okay, fine, you want to do that to yourself, even though people tried, your friend Jacqueline tried, whatever, your mom's, I don't know, I'm not mad at her mom for not stepping in, her family. I don't understand how it's so obvious. You know how you have sometimes hidden illness? This is so obvious. And what makes me mad is when I read the comments, there was a woman that said her daughter was unalived because of her wanting to be like Eugenia. So I'm more angry for my daughter watching this and thinking, I'm not that I let my daughter get online, but I'm saying, like, for her age, but what about all these impressionable girls that are like, which I've read in the comments, in her comments, girls saying, oh, I tried to be like you, it's difficult, or something like that. And I get so sad, like, no, don't be like her. Are you? No.
I know.
So sad.
I'm going to have to ask. I've got a granddaughter who's 14. I'm going to ask her if she's heard of Eugenie.
Yeah, and I hope she doesn't watch her, because I don't let my daughter doesn't have any social medias or anything like that. I'm gonna protect her as much as possible. But Eugenia it's sad, just because, like I said, she has a lot of followers, and a lot of these girls are impressionable, and they think that that's okay because she looks like she's okay. So they probably think, well, look at her, and I want to be like her. So it makes me mad. It just makes me mad, because that's not okay. It's not.
No, it's not. Definitely not. So, it's quite interesting that you know all about them. Maybe, I mean, if Xena knows them, we can do a chat. Maybe we can do a video where we talk about back in the day.
I'd love that. We could go and look
at makeup people and what's his name? I never got into James Charles. I have to say, I never liked him.
I wasn't a fan. I really wasn't a fan either. But I don't like judging right away, but I wasn't like the biggest fan, something about him. But then when these allegations started coming and all these people talking about him, the boys, and what he was doing and eating, the underage, and that's when I was like, okay, this is it keeps going on and on with him. By the way, every time you put James Charles on YouTube, you'll hear like something about him, a story. So,
well, I tell you what, why don't we do that on your channel?
Oh yeah, we could, I'll talk to
and then that'll give, because I know you're trying to build it, not that I'll bring people in, but it'll be nice for you to have something different on
I don't
channel.
mind, honestly, this one or that one. I'm not like running to, oh my God, I want to get, it's it's fun, but it's nice that it grows while it's fun,
But I mean, I think we can talk forever on the makeup community.
I'm sure Rihanna would have she knows a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and Xena, I definitely remember John Cookian, and back in the day, I was a fan of Peter's at the time, of Peter Mont, and I was horrified. I was so upset for him. You know when he did that video?
Oh yeah! Oh my God! I didn't realize Rihanna was in the chat, because, like I told you, I'm not. I'm looking at the normal screen. I didn't know that she got out, but yeah, that guy. The name of it. Was it is that who she's talking about that did the mental
Okay, I'm back. I'm
back.
back.
There you are.
No, John Cookian was the young guy. He was the young guy.
The Wired Soul? Sorry.
The Rewired Soul, that's the one. Yes. The mental health guy.
That's a different one. That's a different person.
Oh. Yeah. We talk about him as well, like saying, do you remember him as well?
So, Xena, maybe if you want to do a chat on like the old times, makeup.
That was how I got into like this from DC, because
Yeah.
DC was the first person that I got into
Oh,
to
really?
come this
We
route.
all came from the beauty. I swear,
Yeah.
everybody, if you
Oh
ask
my
them, we all
God.
came from the beauty world
Yeah.
Because
into.
I loved the whole. I was there. I was there on that live, the one that blew up with the drama channels when they were at
Yes,
Nick
I know what
Snyder's
you're gonna say when they were in
Nick Snyder's
Houston.
flat, and then Petty Page was there.
Yeah.
Rick,
Oh my
all
God.
of them was there, and I was there watching live as it happened. I'll never forget because it was like 5 o'clock in the morning for me, and I was watching it, and yeah, it all came from then. And then DC was one of
It,
the people that was talking about Nick
did
Snyder.
she
And
talk about it? Did
who?
DC talk about it?
Yeah, she used to do these car rants, and she talked about that's
Oh
where
my
she came from
God.
because she was mad in the makeup. She used to love all the Jeffree Star stuff and all that. And
Oh my
that's how
God. I
I
didn't know she was around then. I
oh, that's
wasn't.
how I found her. That's honestly that's what she used to talk
Oh,
about. And then she started to, and then I saw Peter Mon talk about Anne Boleyn, because he
yeah.
mentioned her, and then this Snapchat thing. I thought, why is everyone giving her this hate? And then weirdly enough, DC, who I was already watching, then started talking about Anne Boleyn. I was like, oh God, what's this? And then Foodie came, and then Bob's your uncle, and then Fanny's your aunt, and that's what
Isn't
happened.
that crazy? By the way, I feel bad when I don't pay attention to the chat. Like I feel like a rude because
I'm trying
I'm sorry,
to.
guys.
Yeah, Amber was a mod for Petty Page at the time.
No, was she?
Yeah,
Wait,
that's what she's
oh wow,
saying.
really? She was?
Because
Wow.
Amber has always
my
said that
God,
she's
I didn't
followed
know
me for
that.
years. Amber has always said she remembered me back in the day when I was in the beauty community. But the beauty community sort of turned into like beauty drama, didn't it?
Yes.
Do you remember
It stopped
Smoky
being
Glow and
about,
all that stuff?
yeah, it wasn't
Oh
like
yeah.
it was just
What
about
happened to
drama.
her?
Who?
Oh, she dropped off. She was
Smoky
doing
Glow.
so well as well. She was
She did.
thriving, but then she was supposed to get married, because I followed all that. I followed all the vlogs, everything.
Did
And then
you?
yeah, and then her friends as well, which was Spooky Lips and Fat Hips, Abby, and then like all of her friends that I was following as well. They had podcasts and what have you.
Block it the house.
I know,
Clock it the house,
and then
yeah.
Smoky Glow, like I said, she did this big thing about getting married. People were scrutinizing her for how much money she was spending on a wedding. She even went to New York to do that. What's it called? Say Yes to the Dress. She went to that place, all that stuff.
Did she? Who's Smoky Glow?
No, Smoky Glow didn't have kids and got married. No.
Okay.
She got pregnant, didn't know. She unfortunately miscarried, but then she did get married, but she was literally, but what they did, it wasn't like a wedding ceremony. They just got married because of COVID, like legally.
Right, who are
But
we
when it
talking
came,
about? Smoky
Smoky
Glow?
Glow, yeah,
Oh, okay,
Smoky
because she
Glow.
was with this guy, Charles, wasn't it? For a long time.
Yeah, and then she split up with him like after about 2 months of them being married. So
Oh,
then now they're
right.
apart. But no, Paige, yeah, sorry, with Amber. Yeah, Paige had 2 kids. I was there right from the beginning when she got pregnant, because she had surgery and she got told she couldn't have kids, and then she did. And I even remember her telling that she felt really bad because she was having all this guilt because she's quite dark skinned, and obviously her fella's like proper white and ginger, isn't he? But because her daughter wasn't as dark as what
Very
she was,
fair.
she was almost feeling like kind of guilty of like she like that she that they
I
don't
reached out
resemble each
to her
other.
then. Xena, I reached out to her then, and yet I wasn't a fan of Petty Page. I just didn't like the way she was. And I
Yeah.
think because of what happened in Houston that time, I
Yeah.
think she came across so badly. And I thought, no, you're an embarrassment. And I did speak about it. So I don't think she really
I
likes
can't even
me.
remember exactly what it was about. I remember it being bad, but I can't
Oh,
for
it
the
was
life.
awful.
I can't
Oh
for the life
God,
of me
you'll have to
who were
try
they
and find
dragging?
it.
Who were they dragging? But then
Uh,
do you know who also from that area, with Nick Snyder, his friend, what's she called? Vanessa? Do you remember Vanessa?
Vanessa.
no.
She didn't have a channel or anything, but she was always his mate in the background and
Is the
stuff.
one that when he would do the lives with what
she did tarot readings and stuff like that. She said she could speak to the dead. Guess where she was? Yes.
Was she there?
Yeah. Guess who she's been who she was going into all the time and did streams on in Girl World.
I don't know.
Who?
Kaya.
Oh my God, are you serious? Wow.
No.
That's crazy.
Kaya, because then Kaya all of a sudden could work StreamYards. For all the time she was like, oh, I don't know how to use it and I just do it like this. But then when suddenly this Vanessa wanted to come on panel, she fucking knew how to fucking use it then. Fucking hell.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but then she was part of it. Yeah. Yeah. It was crazy.
Are mad.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to think who they were coming for on that night. It was like a party, wasn't it? It just blew up.
Was Luscious one?
No, Luscious wasn't there. Luscious Matica didn't go. I don't think
you
she
talking
did.
shit about?
Gerard went. What's her name? Jen
Oh,
Gerard?
they've fallen out now, haven't they?
Oh, have they?
Big style, yeah. Big style.
But didn't she almost get burnt in the
yeah, they got obliterated. They nearly got obliterated. They lost their cats and everything, and basically.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing at that, but it's just the way you said it.
But it's true. It's true. That's what happened.
April said they were attacking
Luscious.
Oh,
I thought it was Luscious.
Luscious, were they?
I thought it was.
Oh.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
why? Because Luscious and Rich were very close, weren't they?
Yeah, and they had a fallout. Yeah,
Yeah, I can't.
Oh, we're gonna have to do a live.
We need to Xena, you know what this calls for? Another graph or something.
Oh my God. You know me and my graphs.
Oh my God, I know she loves.
Yeah.
I know. I'm like,
there were so many people involved in that, wasn't there?
Yeah,
Okay,
and I used to watch all the Oracle
notebooks.
stuff. Yeah, get your notebooks, I'll get it written down. But yeah, there was all sorts. Like there was, like I said, there was that Oracle lady. Because that was kind of when I was introduced to kind of live streams. Because a lot of time it was just recorded content. Like Nick Snyder did live streams like way back in the day before he even kind of started with the whole Girl World thing. Do you know what I want to know? I'm a nosy cow and I've never got the answer for this. I want to know how Nick Snyder and fucking Dustin Daly even got together in the fucking first place. Because it was like there was no hint or anything like that. I knew that Dustin was with Eric, and then I just remember they kind of teamed up online because they were going for that Mango guy. If you remember him, that's another one.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. The Mango fucking weirdo. So there was him.
A weird guy.
Do you think it's because of Rich they came together? Because weren't they kind of linked? Or no?
Who?
No. Nick and Dustin Daly, because I never really I knew there.
Well, no, they weren't anything. They were just commenting more on Mango, and then all of a sudden,
Mango,
they're like together.
She's the girl with the
no, the guy, the guy,
the guy Mango,
the guy.
Oh, okay.
You'll know as soon as you see him because he was part of the Scientology.
I know the name.
Didn't he do something at the airport? Wait, is this Mango?
That's with Shannon. That was with a porn star woman where they made up something like they'd meet up
in the airport, or he met her up there or something, or
and then they did a whole thing of going to her house and they were having a big talk and then falling out again, and then it came out that she liked to like walk on bugs and crush bugs or something with her boots.
Oh my God.
Poor Edna. She doesn't have a clue.
Yeah. Oh, poor Edna.
No, it's the crazy part. It's almost like when you're talking to people and then you're talking about something old, friends, like, oh, and so and so, what about this, and it's just kind of funny that somebody else also listens to the crazy stuff you were listening to.
There was so much there was that Thomas guy, Thomas Halbert. I can't stand.
That's the one I was talking about. He was a weird one.
I hated him with a passion. He came for me one point, and they all infiltrated my Twitter because I tried to tell him he was using. All of a sudden, he suddenly had ADHD, and all of a sudden, he had an eating disorder, and he was just using it against, and it just drove me mad. And I just said there's a difference between an eating disorder and disordered eating. And that's what he was like. Everyone has disordered eating. Not everyone has an eating disorder. They're completely different. So it was
Yeah.
just winding me up of that he was using it for his own gains.
Yeah. Didn't Thomas, who had a ding dong with Thomas? Was it him and Peter Mon?
Everybody.
Peter
He had
Mon
a ding
ding
dong
dong.
with everybody. He exposed. I mean, he wishes they had a ding dong with everybody the way he was going about. Jeffree Star was one because he tried to say Jeffree Star like came onto him and all that. That was
That's it.
during when Jeffree Star was with Nathan. Nathan was gorgeous. He was so good looking.
Nathan was from Michigan here. He's, you know, but I mean, I always thought he never, I don't know. I never felt like he was, I don't want to offend anybody, but I just never thought he was gay there. I'll just say it. And he even said he didn't want to label himself. He didn't want to talk about.
No, he didn't come over as being gay whatsoever.
And he even
didn't
said he wouldn't say, he didn't want to say that either, which I know some people don't want to label, but I mean, I feel like if you're gay, you and now, you know.
I remember I got bought, I remember I got bought that collection because they did a family collection with Pomeranians.
Yeah.
And I got bought that lipstick collection, and my favorite, it was Nathan, that my favorite color. But then like I had an ex-boyfriend that was called Nathan as well, and I was like, I don't like this anymore. There's twatted on my lips still.
But I mean, no, the hate channels really came for Jeffree then. And I've never, listen, I know Jeffree's got a past and he's said
I went to see him
things before. Oh, have you?
Oh my God.
Did you see
with
him?
With Mitchell, yeah.
What was he like? I like Jeffree Star. I don't know why. There's something I like.
Okay. This was, God, I'd literally just had my youngest at the time, like just had him. So I was like fresh babyless kind of thing. So I'm trying to think a lot. So this was because I'll never forget when I had my youngest, it was literally the day before everything kicked off with the Dramageddon 1. That was when the picture came up with the flipping of the bird thing. So it must have been about a month after. So everything was like quite heightened emotions. Now, a lot of people were on even more Jeffree's side because it was like everyone was bullying him, you know.
Yeah.
He wasn't late. He came on time. He did it very similar to how it was like a question and answer thing. He had some influencers come up from like Beauty Bay advocates and stuff like that.
Okay.
And basically you've got like free t-shirts. You got like free, like you got free, it wasn't shitty merchandise. You actually got like 2 skin frosts, you know, the highlighter palettes. You got 2 of them and they're 25 quid each. So they're expensive.
God.
So you got 2 of them. You got a little mini lipstick as well. All free.
What was he like though? What was he like to look at?
He was everything that he wasn't different.
Though, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's not. To me, he doesn't look. He's not skinny as in like shocking, but he just looks like a very slim, mincy man. That's exactly how he looks. You'll see I mean, if you go to any kind of gay village, he looks no different. But his wigs look great. What he was wearing, he looked great. He comes over exactly the same way. The way he holds his hands and very poised, his language. He didn't seem any different than what he is on his edited videos. It was very much exactly the same. So it was very comfortable. And it came to the questions and you had to like wear the t-shirt or something if you wanted to ask the question. So they were filming a videography thing at the time. And anyway, like I said, they came up I was with this t-shirt, didn't realize, you know, I still had a baby brain. And they went to come up to me to speak and I just bottled it. I absolutely bottled it. So my sister instead asked the question and she asked a really shitty question as well. It was just something like, oh, do you like it in the UK? I was like, oh my God, like, come on, you've got the opportunity. But then obviously I backed out as well. But he was really, he was nice. And then when he came up to everyone afterwards and, you know, he wasn't like a mob, but he was engaging with a lot of people. But he seemed okay. Now, the thing is with Jeffree, for me, right, I used to follow Jeffree Star in the MySpace days. He's like of my era. And the thing was, I always admired his confidence because even though I didn't want to be like him, the fact is I admired that he could wear what he wanted. and be how he wanted and be unapologetically himself. Even
Yeah.
though I didn't agree with what he did, it was just having that confidence with someone who was such an introvert, like depressed, hated myself. He just was like sort of admirable to look at, that he was a guy wearing
Yeah.
women's clothing, because it wasn't really publicly a thing like that unless you was doing drag, and that he
Yeah.
didn't label himself as anything. So then when he came on the beauty world, and his lipsticks, his nude lipsticks are the best formula. I'm not gonna even cap. They are the best formula going.
I've got a
Um,
couple, but I've got I don't know if you've got any shiny ones, any glitter ones,
no.
but they're very dry.
Yeah,
I
they're
got a
rubbish. Just the nude, literally just the nude colours. I've had the coloured ones before, the glittery ones, they are very dry, but just the plain nude ones, so like your browns and
Did
your
you guys
mauvey
buy any
pink.
of his, during Christmas, how he has the really good, what is it called? Is it 12 days of, he does the discount on his,
Do they
like
still do that?
yeah, it
Oh.
was just last year, and the palette was, I think it's like originally 58, and it was sold for 20 something. It was
Well, it's because he got cancelled, like, I mean, his palette was the biggest selling palette of all time.
Oh,
He'd
I
been
love
sold out
Jeffree Star. I can't
with
help it.
I've
I
got
play
the Alien palette. I do have that one, and it is a
see which
gorgeous
one, I
palette.
can't
Is that
remember.
the one with the greens?
It's no, it's like the shape of an alien. It's an alien head. It's quite old. It's got like purples and greens
What
in
was
it. It's
that
not.
last one he brought up before he went
I
in
haven't
with
watched him for a while.
Shane Dawson, and it was all greens, but it wasn't.
Money.
It
It was a
like,
money one, wasn't it?
yeah, I didn't like that. It was too light.
It was he's got the green one. I think I kind of stopped watching him after the whole
I have the Jawbreaker. I just looked.
I kind of stopped watching him since the Shane Dawson thing. There wasn't any
Yeah,
particular reason why. I just stopped watching beauty stuff altogether. But obviously, I didn't agree with the things that he was doing. But I just always this is like anybody. I appreciate those who come out for who they are, like straight
yeah,
away. So even if you are an absolute arsehole, so like for example, people in the bodega, right? I respect them more than I do with the attic, because they openly say, "We doxing people, we don't care. We act this way, we don't care." Like, okay, you've openly said that's what you do, and I respect that you just being open and honest. Whereas the attic always think that they are the victim in every
yeah.
way, when they're not. They're the perpetrator. So that was the same with Jeffrey, and if you come out as like the villain straight away, if they do something villainous, it's like, oh, that's just how they are anyway. But then the moment they do something good, they're praised even more. But if you come out as squeaky clean, cookie cutter, and then you put one foot out of place, your career can be lost.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, do you have a bit of an attitude, so don't come over as perfect, because you can't
Well,
keep
I
that
don't.
perfection
I
going.
come on as myself, and I always admit, I'm gobby. I stand by what I say. I very seldom go back on what I say, unless I've really hurt someone, and then I'm like, yeah, I'll apologize, because I don't like hurting people. But
No, I think that's the thing. It's the difference between intention, isn't it, and impact. And sometimes you're not intending to hurt someone's feelings, but the impact is
yeah,
that you have, and you just have to acknowledge that and apologize, and that you did not apologize if I hurt your feelings. Like, I apologize for hurting your feelings. I'm sorry.
yeah,
Let's move on. It's people
yeah,
who can't take, again on Girl World, a lot of people just can't take the L and say that I'm sorry.
yeah, I know. Well, we went right off the girl world, didn't we? We
Well,
went
it's
right
kind
off
of
it.
linked. That's what I'm saying. If I was to do a chart of literally how people are all interconnected with somebody, and then by this point we'll probably get sort of like interconnected with the aviation lot.
Yeah.
Probably someone will come from that.
No, I can honestly say there's nobody in the aviation lot. But it's interesting, because I remember, like, when Amber used to say, "Oh, I remember you back in the day," back
Mhm.
in, I can't remember how far she went back. Maybe she said the makeup, and I thought, "Oh, yeah,
Well,
I'd
do you know
forgotten all
what's
about
funny
that."
though? How a lot of us that have got into Girl World never actually came from like watching mukbangs.
Yeah, no, I
not
never
being
did.
into anything. Like a lot of us are pretty much off mukbangs and grow to like, what the hell are these? I had to explain what a mukbang was to my partner the other day. I felt so awkward. It's like, I said, it's
Yeah,
not
I
very
never tell my family, especially when I'm online or something. I don't like to say what I'm, because it's weird to explain what Girl World is. Or even the mukbangs, they don't understand what that is.
Yeah, it's like,
No.
well, watch a Nick Ricardo video. Like, no.
Oh no, I
I
can't
used to
Oh,
watch
Nick is
him, and then
disturbing.
it got too much with him when it was like, when it started becoming fake with his boyfriend or whatever. It
I
just
died when he did the Amber parodies though. Oh my god.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
It
remember
I
and then
used to
seeing
watch
one of
it when
him.
he was
Yeah.
vegan. So I can't
Oh
believe
wow,
like
yeah.
because he was
Oh
so
yeah.
thin and he was eating like all the fruits and veggies. So to see him like gorging himself on
That's
all this fast
horrible.
food, it's just wild. Yeah.
I remember him saying, and I think, oh, is he older than me? No, he's not older than me. But I do remember him saying about 2 or 3 years ago. So he must have been, yeah, because he said when he gets to 30, he was going to stop. Now he must be like 30, 32, 33 now. He
Yeah.
must
Well,
be.
this pandemic years kind of got away from all of
Oh,
us.
yeah,
So
there
I
we go.
think
That
I think that's probably what happened there.
blame pandemic on everything. Might as well, like,
Mm.
give me 2 years grace and I'll start over. Yeah.
But he was purely in the mukbang community, wasn't he? He wasn't.
Well, he did a bit of drama. I think
Oh, did he?
what. Yeah, well, yeah, he talked about food. He talked about Amber. He talked about a couple of Stephanie Sue. I think that was another mukbanger.
Oh, I remember her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that he
Slim
had the
girl.
biggest drama with her. That's why he was like quote unquote canceled when he started doing the stuff with his
But didn't it come out that she was telling lies as well?
he tried to say that,
Oh,
and
okay.
I did agree with some of the stuff he said, because when you do a thumbnail and you're crying in the thumbnail, fake
Yeah.
crying, come on now. It was a little bit exaggerated what she said about him.
But
Yeah,
because
I
she was
think
all sweet and innocent, yeah.
I remember seeing something about that, but I can't remember whose
He
channel it was
he
on.
he basically, something about him coming into her home, she was uncomfortable, and her boyfriend, I don't know if he's a fiance now, something about he told her he wanted to take pictures, she was uncomfortable of her
Oh,
house or
yes.
something. Do you guys remember something like that? And she
Yeah.
was
Is it
and then
Zach Choi?
yes,
That-
yes, he never, but I felt like she also exaggerated a lot of stuff. I
Yeah, I
can't,
mean,
obviously
yeah.
it's been a while, I can't remember, I don't know if you guys remember the specifics.
I do remember that. I do remember that specifically because I
I
think
don't
that's when I
remember the
stopped watching.
specifics, but yeah.
He had like 5 channels that practically did the same thing as well.
Did he
But
really?
that situation can go either way because to have someone in your home like posting pictures of it and you might not feel comfortable, but also he's
Yeah.
a YouTuber. Like that they're gonna want to film. So I don't know why that would be surprising to her.
Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah,
But
I agreed with her about the house and the filming, but the way she made him seem like she when you make it like like he's intimidating or scary or crying about it.
Yeah.
I can't remember now the details, but if you watch it again, I think it'll probably refresh our memory.
Yeah, you can't
yeah,
even review him because he just strikes you immediately, doesn't he?
does he?
Oh, really?
Oh, he's a massive striker. Yeah, that's why
But
no
how?
one.
But how can he if you're staying within the rules of terms
It,
of service?
well, that's what you think, but as we know, people get away
Yeah,
with
there's
things.
some
But that's
people that get away with it, aren't
well
But
there?
because he's got a bigger
Karina
creator.
Kaboom, speaking
Yeah,
of striking, Karina Kaboom will never, even though I always thought, why can't you just show a little clip? She will never show any clips of Amberlyn. And she said because she doesn't want to, get a strike. But I thought, oh my God, look at all these other people that are straight up like Bottle or whatever, that channel Bottle, where you don't see any commentary, just like a little funny thing, whatever.
Yeah.
remember Karina from the beauty days as well.
Oh, yes, that's true. She used
I
to
don't
show herself.
remember her in the beauty days.
She used to
No,
actually
don't
show
you?
herself.
I
She was
remember Peter Mon used to always have a go about her. He was always going on about how many adverts she put in her videos. I
She used to
remember
have
that.
because she used to show her face. She used to have like this mountain of like stuffed
Kermits.
animals behind Kermits. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, first it was just
Oh,
stuffed animals, and
baby.
then the whole stick was having a Kermit, and then it was like loads and loads of Kermits. But she used to be originally a nail polish review channel. Then she
Oh,
got a load of
really?
shit for that, and then how it came
Why
about
did
was
she get shit for that?
I don't know. She
because
got canceled for something. I can't.
because if I'm right, I think someone's going to correct me, but she was reviewing. She was a nail polish channel, but she was reviewing one of Gerard Cosmetics
Oh,
products,
God.
Oh yeah.
and
That's
then
Mhm.
Gerard, Jen Gerard was filming her reviewing Karina with Manny MUA. And they were like, they
Oh.
zoomed up. It was back in the day with like shitty phones and like putting it up to the computer, and they were laughing at Karina, basically saying how ugly she was. So
Oh,
then
no.
after that, obviously Karina found out, and then pretty much started a beauty drama channel. And then at every single opportunity, and years went by, she would always bring up that incident with Manny. And then obviously Manny and Jeffrey were friends. They did a collab together. Then they fell out. So then she was always mad for Jeffrey. She was always a Jeffrey fan. And then when he fell out with Manny, that was a perfect opportunity for her, where she used to, and then she threatened, oh God, what was he called? Sanders Kennedy.
Oh, I
Sanders Kennedy.
remember him. Yeah, I remember the name.
Who is
Yeah.
it? I don't.
He was one of the.
remember.
He was the. I won't say he was the FFG of the community, but he was the biggest one of the beauty drama. He
Yeah,
did it very much more like
nobody
a
ever
news
spoke. Nobody spoke anything
ill of
bad
him.
about him. They all sort of, if I remember rightly, they all sort of sang his praises or just kept quiet about him. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm. So,
slanders Kennedy.
yeah,
So-
yeah, and it was, and then he left for a while, and he come back. But Karina Kaboom even threatened him to like practically SA him. It was really bad. Like, and he had to go,
Wow.
and he
No.
went to the police about it and everything. It was
Oh,
just crazy.
Is that why they talk about her? There's a thing about, I don't know, it's a very old 5 years ago for whatever, about her, something about her arrested. Is that true, or is that to do with that, or no?
I don't think she got arrested, but I do know the police were involved with what she said online. But that's
oh,
it. But I don't know. But it wouldn't surprise me. But Karina Kaboom's family is part of the one of the biggest Russian mafias in New York.
oh my God, are they?
Love you, Karina Kaboom.
I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
like her.
We all love you. Jen loves you. Brianna
Yeah.
loves you. Edna loves you. I love you. Everyone in the chat loves you.
Oh
It's
my
like, you fucking
God.
come for me. I was like,
Do you know, I like her though. I actually did a video on her the other day, and it was a positive video.
oh, okay.
Because I like her. I like the way, I don't know, I just like the way she, I like her perspective on things,
I haven't
guess.
watched her in a while, but I popped into her every now and again. It was the other day, actually. I think Farida, what we were doing, we were looking for questions and stuff for the Girl World Jeopardy. So I wanted to obviously have an array going all the way back. And I think it just went into my algorithm that she was there. And I thought, oh, she's still going on, you know.
Oh yeah, I watch. She's actually gets a lot of views. I watch her, but stopped for a while because a lot of the times, her the thumbnail is it's a little bit clickbaity at times, and then she takes 25 minutes just for something like, yeah, Amber went outside. You know, it's like a soap opera. Well, you could have told us that from the beginning, but it's like, oh, and hey, and the ducks, and she talks.
It's probably because it takes Anne Boleyn about 25 minutes to get up anyway, so that's probably why.
No, but she goes on, and you're like, come on, get to the point. I gotta go eat dinner already. Come on, lady. What happened with Amber? What? And it's like, and then I don't know, you kind of get lost in it. So that's why I stopped watching, because you're like, wait a minute, this is not the same as what the title says.
Yeah, every time I logged in, it was just like there was a random squirrel, and then there was in the sea, and I was like,
Yeah, I like that. I kind of
of
like
course you
that.
would. Of course you would.
I like it
That's
when she
how I like
goes to
Alex.
talk.
He's succinct.
That's why that straight
She gets
jacket's
to the
not on
point.
quite tight enough.
Oh my god.
I like it when she
Oh,
just starts
can't
talking
you
to the
just
duck.
imagine Jan just being sat at the pond by herself, just with bread and just like feeding the ducks. I'm just feeding. No, you are the one from Mary Poppins. You know, in the feed the birds,
Yeah,
feeding the birds in Trafalgar Square on
that's
your own.
me. That's
Yes,
me with all
yes,
my wildlife.
No, but
yes.
she has like I think she says even twice in the video, she always has to say, this video, if you haven't already figured it out by my ridiculous intro, this channel is for entertainment purposes.
Does she still
only.
say that? She still
Yes.
have that?
Oh yeah,
Wow.
she'll say it randomly
It's
places.
for like selling purposes, right?
Yeah, for
Oh.
sailing purposes. And oh my god, I said family.
What's
I
the
mean
joke? I
sailing
don't get it.
I don't get it. Oh no, because Amberlyn said sailing instead of she was trying to talk about Becky's artwork and she said it was selling. She said sailing. The fact
Okay.
that I remember these
Oh.
random things, but I don't remember like important stuff, that's kind of scary.
Oh, like the Jeopardy ones.
Well, this is
Some of the Jeopardy ones are good. Like I said,
Listen,
if you come, they'll be good.
if
I-
some of these Jeopardy ones, I'm like, Rhiannon, if they don't know this, I'm leaving America. Like if they don't, because some of them are random facts, and if they do not know the answer, I can't. I just can't. So we'll see. We'll see.
Well, we've got like the categories that we've got, which I'll tell everyone. We've got Amberlyn Reid, Foodie Beauty, Girl World Adjacent, General Knowledge, and then America versus Britain. So those are the ones that we've
Oh,
nice.
that sounds like
that we've got.
fun.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's just been fun for us to do. And like I
Yeah.
said, we're gonna do a dual thing. So she's gonna say like all the rest, like certain recipes for like Thanksgiving and stuff, and then in between we'll just do Jeopardy as well. And we're doing it for like $10. It sounds weird for me to say bucks. $10. $10 like Starbucks cards and stuff
Mhm.
like
Oh,
that.
okay. Oh, that
Yeah, so it's
sounds
for money,
We
so
giving
people
out
can feel fun.
Starbucks? They're not.
So yeah, we're buying our audience, Edna. That's what we're doing.
yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. Instead of
Well,
No,
buying
maybe
I
views.
was
it's
talking
Tuesday.
about because I thought we were boycotting Starbucks because of their
I
support of
thought they
Disney.
weren't. I thought I checked it and they weren't. I thought it was all okay. Or am I wrong?
No,
I
That-
well,
thought
I don't know about your Starbucks, but they're picketing outside the ones over here.
no.
Well, my
Oh,
sister-in-law was
are
telling me because
they?
it's funny, I was talking this about Rhiannon and my sister-in-law, because I thought the same. My sister-in-law said on their website, which I literally been even meaning to look up. We haven't bought the stuff yet, like the prizes or the but that they don't support, the what's going on there. I don't want to say anything that's going to cause the channel, but so I have to triple check, but it's
Oh,
confusing.
I'm sure I thought it was okay. Well, obviously, but British, different. But I
Oh,
will check. I will check. But I think majority of the audience is from overseas anyway. So Farida will be sorting that out on her end because
Yeah,
obviously it's
because I can,
easier. And then anyone on my end, I'll
well,
sort it
I'm
out.
gonna
because
look
we
forward
have
to
here
that.
like Pete's coffee, we have, but it's not like Starbucks is.
That
The thing
sounds
is
like
with
fun.
Starbucks, it's everywhere. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We have Costco. That shit.
Oh, I'm just giving you guys a hard time because of whatever, but it's inappropriate. I'm sorry.
What's
Just
inappropriate?
playing.
No, it's not. No,
no,
thanks
you're
for letting
fine.
us know. No,
Say your bit,
honestly,
Edna.
Yeah.
it's okay.
But yeah, it's fun. It's been fun, even like the looking for the questions. Like I'm not a girl world adjacent aficionado, whatever you want to call it, but obviously ALR. But even ALR, like Rhiannon's like, oh, she'll send me a question, and I'm like, oh, I know, like I know the event. I don't want to say, of course, the question because it's on there, but I'm like, I don't even know. My God, I don't know. But there really is a lot of information, and some of them I'm like, oh, do you think they'll know this? But then I'm thinking there's a lot of people that watch. They probably are like they know down to the wire, like certain information from like foodies,
Yeah.
I just said I don't know whether I'm impressed with myself or am I just obsessed. I wasn't too sure because it's just like
yeah, because I'm like looking right. I didn't get into Rhiannon already had all these questions, so I started and I'm like I got one question because it's based on something Arabic and to do with Salah, and people know it. So I was like, oh my God, I got one question. Because a lot of the questions in my mind, I was worried it would be more like names where you don't want to say names, but then there's really so much. But it's not like we have a lot of questions. I mean, it's not like we're, you know,
How are you doing it? Do people have to sign into something, or are they just answering in the chat?
It's like Jeopardy, but which we'll explain it. But it's loosely
I don't know
based
what
on
Jeopardy is.
So Jeopardy, which you say like you pick a category and you pick the amount. Now we are not, you know, a big channel. We don't have all that money to be. But in Jeopardy, they'll say like religion, whatever, like 500 BC, Alex, which he's like the old. He used to be the original for 30 years before he passed away. The host. So they'll say like religion, and then the category for like the $800 question will open, and he'll read the question, and you always have to answer it in the form of what is blah.
I don't know why that though. That really annoys me.
I sent you the website. I don't know if you read it. It was too much.
I've not read it yet. No, but it really annoyed me.
Yeah, it is kind of annoying. I always never understood why do we have to say what is. So there's a website that explains it, but because it's the real Jeopardy, there's like 3 people. It's a team. They the end of the round, they have to like there's one question where they wager money. So we're not doing any teams because obviously we want everybody to get a chance to.
We're just picking people from the chat, and they can pick. So we've got. I'm just having a look at it now.
So say the time again. Say the time again.
It'll more than likely. We just need to decide whether it be tomorrow or Sunday, but it'll be more than likely because it usually is about half time our time, Jan.
Okay, that's the time I normally go live.
Yeah, exactly. Because it works out good for Farida as well. So that's usually the time.
More than likely Sunday, just because
Sunday.
I need a few things to get. There's just a few things I have to do. I don't think I can finish all of it tomorrow, but
just need to make the finish off the menu.
Yeah, the
thumbnail.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, this has been fun. I've really enjoyed it.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for having us. Yes.
Oh, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And if I don't get an invite to come on and talk about times gone by,
we 100% will do. We 100% will.
Well, I was going to say, if not, I'll do it here, but I'd rather do it on yours. It would be nice to just sort of sit back and chat and reminisce about all those times.
Yeah, this was
and all the dramas. So I want to say thank you, girls. I really appreciate you coming on, and Edna too.
Yes,
thank you so much. It's been lovely, just relaxed and chatting. And
lovely jubbly.
Yeah, lovely jubbly.
Go and put a kettle on, love. Go and get your Ovaltine now.
Put on a brew. So I'll see you all on Wednesday, if not before. So everyone have a wonderful weekend.
Goodbye, everyone.
Take care of yourselves out there because it's a rotten old world. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.